I've been tossed overboard.
I'll have to bill you extra for my time.
Welcome to the show. You look incredible, like a dessert that owns a yacht.
That's exactly the vibe I was going for. You know, sweet but slightly out of your tax bracket.
Mission accomplished. How does...
Gold on my neck, gold on my hand, purple with the stripes, that's the walk of a man. Sidewalk shining, city lights humming, every step I take they know a boss is coming.
Blazing the whip, gotta vanquish the needs. My kingdom for some poppy seeds, yo.
Police or zombie problems? Your tortoise won't stop breakdancing?
Try blue tape.
The miracle of our age. Yay!
Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
You know what? I talk to your mayor.
Thought your lies were solid. To the cracks, let daylight in. Thought you were ballin'. To the paid piggy, stop hitting sin. You thought everyone was sleeping while you creeping that stash. Figured you was solid in those wallets, skimming that cash. 56,000 dropped by one donor. And when asked, you said me, I'm the owner. That's fraud. You ain't fit for Denny's, ma'am, drive through. Whole timelines clocking your crew. Receipts on deck, let's count the ways. A bench, a barn, a fence, a verbal maze. You pretend to help like you're right, but all you do is out of spite. Now the world sees you and you're stressing. All those blue lights got you guessing. No, not all monsters are fairy tales. Some set online broadcasting fails, and that's you. One day soon, no more pretend. And when it does, the thieving ends, hopefully behind bars. You broadcast good deeds for the clout and the likes, but that umbrella guy pulled up with the mic and the spikes. Means hitting harder than your fake ass fence. Every donor screenshot got you playing defense. You said better life for the kid, straight face, no shame. Now the kid's still waiting and you still in the game. Timeline flip, pitchforks in the chat. You stressing in the DMs, deleting this and that. Then he's drive through, too rich for your kind. Now you're running from the comments, losing your mind. You thought the internet would forget? Now we got receipts. Every dollar you flipped, every lie you delete. Barn never built, bench never laid. Fence still missing, kids still in the shade. That umbrella guy live, calling you out by name. Memes circulating faster than your shame. You stole from the kind, from the ones who believe. Now karma got heavy bass and she's about to leave. No more pretend, the thieving gotta end. Behind bars or broke, either way you decide. Now the whole world knows. Daylight in, hey Biggie, stop sinning. That umbrella guy, we done.
What's up, folks? How's it going today? Man, oh man. I haven't even encouraged people today. They're still sending happy birthdays to me. I haven't encouraged anything today. Remember, tomorrow is
Oh, no.
Megan's actual birthday.
Are they doing it again?
They are.
God.
I'm not encouraging anything.
I mean, it's just, you can't stop them. I mean, you just can't stop them. They just continue to do it.
Oh, they're funny, but I'm not encouraging it today. I'm telling you. Any other day, but not today.
My birthday is tomorrow.
Or tomorrow. I don't think I would encourage it tomorrow, too.
Wow.
I can tell you Thursday I'm going to start pre-grifting mine.
You should. By the way, I guess one thing I have learned is that the chat cannot be controlled. You know, just don't even try to control the chat. They are uncontrollable.
No, I wouldn't even want to control them, to be honest. They're too funny.
They're funnier when they're uncontrolled.
Mm-hmm. I saw a few really funny things. You know, we were talking about yesterday the little flip out about Megan, you better get them breadsticks. You know, last night for your.
Oh yeah. I'm about to make them go crazy again. By the way, I'm about to hit publish on something on Facebook that's gonna make them go nuts. Remember when they remember when Bruce had his freak out on the Fleabag show?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he screamed at everyone, including Lips, and then it challenged only me to a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they deleted that video from YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Deleted it. It's gone. But we still have it.
Right.
So I thought, in the interest of entertainment and commentary purposes, so that the masses could continue to see this thing, that I would put it on Facebook for the world to see.
Well, that would actually be very perfect, you know?
Well, that's what I'm going to do as soon as it gets done doing its uploading thing. If everybody wants to, if you want to be able to go see the freak out, and I hear, by the way, that Shizzy tonight is going to be, well, he'll have a special surprise for you regarding the transcript of this particular show. But I thought it would be fun for everyone to be able to see the truth of things. You know, why are they hiding it? Why are they deleting things?
He didn't put it to music, did he? Oh God.
Yes, he did.
Oh, that bastard! I'm gonna be laughing myself to death. Yeah.
Yes, he did. He put Bruce's freak out to music, I do believe.
Those last songs were great. They were very good. So he did I have to give him his props for that. He did really good with those last ones. I mean, they were absolutely hilarious. You know, if you guys did not catch Shizzy's songs, or you didn't catch the Rumble last night where we went over those too, and we learned about for the first time the underwear bandit. We kind of.
Can you believe we didn't get that deep lore? I mean, we learn things about Jeremy Hales and the lore every day.
I'm not surprised. Oh my God!
No, I got a text from Shara saying, "Oh my God, you didn't know about the underwear bandit?" It was so funny. I was like, "Oh my God, we are literally the last people to know. We are the last people to know about the underwear bandit." I'm so annoyed.
Oh my God. The Fats are trying to also tell people that, you know, folks don't know anything about service dogs and
Oh yeah.
Oh,
actually, I did some reading on service dogs, and it turns out that if they've been trained at all on e-collars, they can't be service dogs.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's actually really interesting. But you know, they're they're not registering these dogs as, I don't know though. Then again, I was going to say they're surely, well, yeah, they probably are. They probably will try to, you know, and then they'll. God.
Well, there's a difference between a service dog and an emotional support animal, which, you know, any dog can be an emotional support animal.
I hate that though. I hate that wording because an emotional. What animal isn't a support? You know what I mean? Like all animals.
That's why it's such a joke. I mean,
Yeah.
not that having an animal for emotional support is a joke.
No,
It's
the
not.
label is.
They're good. They're good for that. But the idea that like people are licensing them and
Yeah, because
you
all
know,
animals.
bringing them on airplanes, saying, "Oh, this is my emotional support
Yeah.
miniature pony." Okay.
This is my emotional support Godzilla. I'm like, oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's cuddly when he's breaking. No, but I mean, in through it says, see, there's a point to you can tell people like, hey, you should get an animal for that for blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, even that, I mean, again, an emotional support animal. That's just recommending, hey, get you an
Right.
animal, you'll have something there for support and everything else. And I'm going to say anything that is ripping apart little animals around you is probably not the best emotional
Right.
support animal. Oh, Lord. We also today, we have some really interesting stuff popping off with the bankruptcy. Oh, man. We've had... well, I guess we've had 3 items drop now. I know we had the partial motion to dismiss. We have a hearing that is coming up. Well, I hate to say kind of September 15th. It's not exactly right around the corner or anything, but that will be over the objection to the homesteading. So you'll have that, which I'll pull the documents in a minute. And then you have looks like a subpoena going out for somebody, Yeah, I wonder who.
I wonder.
Yeah, I wonder indeed. I wonder what
Who could it
non-party.
be?
Yeah, who could be hiding assets out there for this party? I'm curious.
I'm
Oh my God.
also curious who might be hiding assets. Mhm.
Yeah, I am. Actually, let's pull that one up. I do want to talk about that one. It's very short. I clipped away all the non-pertinent stuff, so it's really a paragraph after I clip away all the other items that, well, I didn't want to put on here because, yeah, addresses and whatnot. I tried resetting a couple of things. So far, shares are working. You notice, so I don't know if StreamYard. See, you never can tell. It's like, did I fix something or did StreamYard fix something?
I know,
don't
right? You can't
know.
tell.
Yeah, but right now, anyway, it's working. Now, will it be working by the end of the night? Who knows?
Who knows?
Yep. But here is a wonderful notice of intention of serving subpoena for production of documents from a third party for the bankruptcy. Like I said, I wonder who. So come now, Jeremy Hales, by and through counsel. He hereby gives notice of his intention to serve a subpoena on a third party for the production of documents. I wonder who they're wanting to serve a subpoena for the production of documents related to that. Whoever could it be?
Well, I have thoughts. I have a guess.
Who would you guess?
Oh, probably the chicken skin eating flea bags who raised all the money in the name of Lynette Preston and her kid.
Oh, the ones that ghosted all that money and then pretended that that all the money belonged to them. Those people?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I can't think of any other third party holding money for them. Can you?
No, I mean, but I thought they said they never did anything like that. That's strange, Megan.
Well, they did say that, didn't they?
They did indeed.
I just don't know how much of that we can believe.
You mean from the same people who said this is all for the kid?
Well, yeah. I just, these people, they want to gaslight you and make you believe they didn't do what you saw them do with your own eyes. And I'm just not allowing it. I saw what happened.
Well, it's very strange to have people tell you. Actually, they said something really strange the other day, and Mark posted this, and I'm curious what this has to do with. Okay, so let me bring this little statement up because it. Well, let's just read this together, and then we'll see what you think it's about. Okay, so they said, what I'm going to say is this. If you email me something and I've already explained it to you, plus on the live said something about it numerous times, I'm not going to keep answering the same email over and over and over again. Especially when I know that you're emailing other people too and saying the same shit. I'm not going to deal with it. And when you're going to come back to me and try to use it as a point to try and make it, you know, I'm the bad guy here or whatever, you could try. But I know I would say and won't say. And that's something I would never say because I appreciate everyone that supports us.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, what now? What happened? Yeah, it sounds like trouble in paradise. Yeah, sounds like some people questioning the rule of yonder flea. You know,
the rule of yonder flea.
Yeah,
it's funny.
The yonder flea is kind of funny.
The old flea bags.
It sounds like. It sounds like Gabe's going to take her out back, an old yeller. That sounds really awful. I'm like, no, that's terrible.
Oh, my goodness.
No.
Well, just like Jay says, if you don't like the show, don't worry. We'll send Gabe over there to do bong hits with you. It'll be fine.
Until you'll like the show.
Until you like it. Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Actually, with a long enough timeline, you probably would like the show, you know? I mean, seriously. I thought this wasn't an interesting, though. It sounds like, again, some people have been questioning something.
Some people did something? What? What now? Some people
people questioned something. I don't know. Oh, God. My mom, I was telling this story. My mom would probably kick me for telling this story, but I think it's funny and I'm going to tell it anyway. So my mom's a hairstylist. Has been having medical issues and stuff, you know, and she's been saying for a little while, she's been saying, well, maybe I should get someone. I'm not sure, you know, I don't know. Cause you know, loyalty, she's gone with the same person for years and everything. Well, she comes home the other day and one side of her head is kind of a brown, you know, and the other side is a more red than brown.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And she's like, just straight face to me. She's like, well, I guess I'm going to have to finally get someone new.
Listen, tell her to go in for a penny, in for a pound. Go to a new hairdresser, have them bleach one side, the side she doesn't like as much, and turn that side like pink or blue or just something fun. It'll be great.
No, that's not me at all. Me, I'm like, no, Mom, you can't give up on them yet.
You're like, no, just go back. It'll be fine. You're terrible.
Oh, I love it. My mom, one time, she had a couple of mouse that would run through her house, and she caught one of them. And she was like, oh, my God, I watched the other mouse, and it looked like it was sad, you know. So I kept leaving her little notes around her house, written from the mouse's perspective.
What? That's so bad.
That's what she was telling me. She was like, that's horrible. Why are you doing this? Lord. I was like, well, you know, Mom, it's funny. That's what I'm doing. So, you know, my advice is to keep going.
Are you are you ready for the freak out that's going to happen tonight?
Oh, you're talking about the posting? Yeah.
I'm about to push publish.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Are you ready for it? Because I want to time how long it takes them to complain about it and try and like, do stuff to me for it. All right, here we go. Ready? Be public. Yes. Oh, it did a copyright check, by the way. Didn't find any copyright violations.
Hey, kiddo, what you doing?
Oh, chat.
What's up? What do you do?
And it's posted.
Both of these.
No, you can only pick one. Which one? Can't do twice. Which one? This one? Okay. All right. Go upstairs and I'll charge this up for you. Okay.
Hey, and hello everyone. Have a good day. Welcome to my day in live stream or someone else's.
Oh yeah, that was a good plug. Yeah. That's right. Everyone have a good day and watch my dad's live stream. It's awesome. Yep. Appreciate that.
Oh, that channel, what's it with my dad on it.
That's right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Love you. Close my door, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, Lord. I also noticed something when they're throwing fits. Look, they're so desperate to... Do you notice they like their own posts?
Oh, Lord. They're like vomit.
Yep.
Vomit and paint chips do that, too. It's so embarrassing.
Yep.
Well, it's processing on Facebook now, folks. It will...
Yeah, it takes a hot minute for it to do.
Yeah, I guess it'll be done when it's done.
Yeah, I saw that. Look at this. Oh my God, Megan, getting you the money. It's the monies.
Oh, Lord. Do they know how like embarrassing they are?
I guess they've never heard of fair use.
Yeah.
Again, they don't understand. You have if they were sitting around talking about absolutely nothing, no one would care. If they, however, want to jump in and talk shit about people, spread nasty freaking things about them and stuff, people have the right to respond. It doesn't matter if they put it behind a paywall or not.
True.
I mean, if suing worked after you paywall something, then the media would sue every person that ever talks about stories they stick behind paywalls.
That is probably true also.
Oh my God. Did you hear about the Lena Dunham thing, by the way?
I saw that she was trending on X, but I didn't.
Oh, she's going after
I really
Adam.
don't like her.
Oh no, I can't. Ugh. She she wrote that book where she talked about how she had, I'm going to clean up the wording, how she had essayed her own sister.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. So she's trying to
so gross.
cancel Adam Driver. That's what she's trying to do. She.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Why?
He was in that show with her.
Yeah. And she's trying to cancel him for it. She, in fact, here, I'll mention this before we move forward there. Here's the Variety article. Lena Dunham was like, he was verbally aggressive and he hurled me around and threw a chair at me. My post was, Lena Dunham essayed her own sister. Adam Driver should throw another chair at her.
He should. Everybody
Really.
should throw a chair at her because, yeah, she violated a 7-year-old little girl by her own admission, by the way.
Yes. Yeah. She wrote a book. She wrote it in a book and bragged about it, and the media never canceled her for it, weirdly enough, because she's one of the mainstream media's darlings. But it's gross. She also bragged about how she touched Brad Pitt inappropriately. Yeah. So she did that.
Can you imagine that ham beast getting anywhere near? Can you imagine having to do a sex scene with her? Adam Driver deserves reparations for that shit. Somebody give him something.
Well, we're having another fire up of cancellations. We had yesterday, we had the Ruby Rose, Katy Perry mess, and that one It's going to be ugly, I think. Ugh, I hate that I even read why that one existed, by the way. Then you've got this one today, so there's a twofer that's just kicked off, and they're always happening. So people think that stuff, it calmed down and stopped. No, it didn't. It did not. So check this. Here we are, by the way. Here's a notice of final evidentiary hearing. This is set. Again, I have redacted the address on it, but this is for September the 15th. So again, like we said back when we told you that the bankruptcy, this is going to be a long process. We are going to have quite a bit of time in this. We're talking about a hearing in September. So this is for, remember the objections to claims of exemption regarding homestead? Which,
Yes.
yeah. So this is a hearing. The court has set aside 2 hours for this hearing in notes. If the matter is settled, doubt that. So let's see. Parties must file and exchange witness and exhibit lists, as well as file a joint statement of undisputed facts no later than 7 calendar days prior to the hearing. Please govern yourselves accordingly. Now, the big question is going to be, will Saran Wrap actually do something within the time frame? He's only got months.
I don't know. I mean, maybe. He seems to be more on the ball lately.
Moron, you say?
Moron. Yes, he's a moron on the ball. But he does appear to be more with it lately, but I don't know.
I don't know. Remember the last hearings they had, he didn't do anything until the very last moment. Remember?
That's true.
Yeah.
That seems to be his MO.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I'm telling you, Lynette, God, the stuff she was talking about, again, I looked at the notes on that, and Lynette was just complaining about how he never turns anything in. She was like, I have to, and I actually believe that first schedule that we saw that was all just jacked up, and we're like, how in the world could Saran Wrap mess it up so badly? I think that really was her. The signature and everything else, it matched her writing and stuff. So I think, again, I question everything she says because she likes to lie, but I think she was telling the truth in that one. I think that Saran Wrap really doesn't do the work.
Yeah, I believed her too on that.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that had the air of truthiness to it, if you will.
Of truthiness, indeed.
Yes, truthiness.
Of toothiness.
I think truthiness was a word that we made up in politics. Well, it had truthiness to it.
That's funny. Are you ready for your birthday?
No, I'm not. As usual, I'm not ready. I am not ready in several ways. I am not ready for the stream. Lots to do there that I haven't done yet. Also not ready to be 50. I went and did leg day at the gym today, and I was not prepared for the leg shaking that was going to happen. And I'm probably not going to be able to walk tomorrow. So happy 50th to me.
Yay.
I'm going to be crying going up and down the stairs.
God, that sounds like fun, man.
Yeah. I've been hitting the gym with my kid who is recovering from ACL surgery. So she has to be there a lot. So I go with her and she puts me through the paces, man. And this is a kid who weightlifts. Like, she's jacked. And in fact, we tease that she's always coming into my room to show me her muscles. And I'm like, no one asked for this. But it's just funny. So anyway, she's been doing that since she was 4.
when she's showing off like that, you tell her that you would get that way too. But it's just about body positivity for her. You want her to feel even better about herself. You know?
Right. That's why I still look the way that
Yep.
I do. But she's been having me do this stuff that she does, and oh my God. It's a killer. And like so far this week we've done arms, core, back, and it's only Tuesday. And plus today was leg day. So I guess over the weekend we went to the gyms a couple times over the weekend. And yeah, I'm gonna be really sore tomorrow. So that dead bastard drink is gonna come in handy probably.
Oh, this morning, by the way. Oh man, I forgot to send that picture over to me. That one I sent to you. So in the middle of our town, there's a little tire shop, and some guy drove through their front window today.
Oh my God. Yeah, I saw that picture.
Yeah, what's crazy about
But
that?
also
is-
the truck was so crazy.
yeah, it's
Like what kind of
it's
paint job
camouflage.
was that?
Oh my God, it's camouflage.
That was the most redneck thing I ever saw in my life.
Well, I mean, you're definitely in the right place for it, you know. I mean, the people around, yes. That's what I said with that peon. I would take him and show him some of the redneck ways out here, you know. I haven't seen the donor in a while, by the way. I haven't seen him pop up. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough.
Oh, he'll pop back up again when he wants to, when he's having a night in his cups, shall we say.
Yeah.
He'll pop back up to complain about some stupid shit.
Be like, oh my God, you're so mean, Tug. I'm like, oh no. I thought he said he had me though. I was like, you did. You had me at hello. Oh wait. You're pulling up the truth. Oh my God. All right, here we are. Yeah, this happened in, it's really bad.
The paint job is like totally
Lord.
spray paint from Lowe's.
Look at all the firefighters.
It's not even a real paint job. That guy was 420 in it for sure.
The dude who runs the place got real lucky because this is where his desk and stuff is.
Wait. Does anybody know where Gabe is? Has anybody seen Gabe? Because you know what? He might have taken 3 bong hits and then got in the car again.
This dude was like, you know what? If I'm driving back, if I camouflage my vehicle, nobody will see me on the road.
Oh, my Lord.
Yep. But the guy who runs the place. And
oh, wait. Is that a pineapple on the back of that truck? It is Gabe's truck. There's a sideways pineapple on that truck. Oh, no, it's a bomb.
Are there any?
Is it a bomb or a pineapple? I can't tell.
I think
on the window.
I think it's a bomb.
Oh, it looked like a pineapple.
They launched it like one.
Is there a loofah? Does anybody see a loofah?
Can I have your keys so I can open my glass bottle Coke? Sissy's doing it for me, though.
Sissy's going to open it?
Yes, for me.
Okay. Hey, do me a favor, though. Listen, do not lose my keys. You hear me?
Yes, I'll give it to Sis, and when he's done opening it, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, set them upstairs.
Fair. It's fair.
I have that. Yes, that's right. Put it back up by the by the refrigerator where I put my keys. Yeah. Put it up there, okay? All right, love you. Close my door. Oh Lord,
Chad is now arguing on whether this is a meth head's truck or a pot user's truck.
Ooh, out here it could be either. It really could be. It really could be.
Drugs were definitely involved in this scenario.
I mean, out here, we in this county, it's Warren County. If you look it up, it is one of the highest producers of meth in Tennessee.
Oh,
so,
Lord.
Yeah, so I mean, it really could be. It could be right. Look at that, awesome. But I mean, you can see like where the desk where it shoved it backwards through there. That's where the owner he sits over the tire shop. So he got lucky. Yeah, he never leaves early, but for some reason that day he had left early. and he was not thrilled. I had to go by and see it. Somebody told me they were like, the ugliest truck is driven into the thing up here. You've got to see it. I was like, what do you mean the ugly? You just got to come here and see it. So I went and saw it myself. They sent me they sent me like a little blurred out thing. Like you ever seen the Pokemon cartoon?
Have I seen the cartoon?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, from back in the day. Okay. Well, in each one, they'll be like, who is this Pokemon? And it'll be like shadowed out. They sent it to me like that. They were like, what is this truck? It was all shadowed out. I went to see it. I like the fact that the bumper is only, like, did you notice here? I'm pull it back up for a minute. Look at the way the bumper is set up. Look, it's only got part of a no edges.
Oh my God. Is it tied on there with strings?
It looks like it.
That's a Lynette Preston job right there.
I think it's probably clothes hanger. I saw a bunch of clothes hanger.
Could be a clothes hanger. I like that rigged bumper.
I like the fire department just left their tools on it.
Hang on. I'll be right back. I got a kid raid.
All right. Yeah, there was no fire or anything. The fire department just came out. They left their tools on it, and they were just sitting around like laughing about it. This is not my picture, by the way. I just went and saw it. This is the one I think they made the media and everything else. I thought it was pretty funny. It sucks for the business owner, but I thought the vehicle was funny, not the wreck. I thought the vehicle was funny though. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, so we have, again, like I was noting, let me make a final comment on this. We have that notice of evidentiary hearing. Again, this is going to be arguments about whether or not Lynette's property, it actually can be claimed and exempted under homestead. No, and she.
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh, no, I was just noting the fact that, again, this argument, when this comes up, the trustee, we saw her opinions on what the homesteading is or isn't. So Lynette Preston, I mean, they may act like they have something going on over there, but it doesn't look, again, that's not a final decision, mind you, but that's not good. When the trustee is like, yeah, I don't believe that this qualifies, I think Lynette's in a bad place.
Yeah, although she doesn't seem to care.
She does. Isn't it weird? Like she's more concerned with blaming Jeremy for random weird shit than actually trying to
take care of what's going on with her. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it's just weird though. I keep thinking, again, if she wants to blame somebody for what goes on, she really should be blaming Bruce and whomever else talked her into filing bankruptcy. Because Jeremy, I mean, when the first one came up, she had the chance to walk away from that.
She did.
Because I mean, it got dropped, but she thought nothing bad could happen, and I'm sure that's because people told her around her that it was a great idea. This will fix all your problems. And what we're going to look at in just a second is the argument that is saying, no. So, well, there's another filing. This popped up yesterday, which we would have covered yesterday, but Megan had so much time and energy invested in pulling up the laugh track that we had yesterday, which I'm glad you went with that actually, because it was really funny. It was. Oh my God. They're I couldn't believe like you could tell it physically hurt them to say that Hales was mostly right about the underwear bandit thing. I mean, you could hear the pain, and even then she couldn't admit that he was in the total
right.
in the right
with it. I love that where she's all like, well, he was mostly right about that, mostly right, but some things were wrong, but I mean most of that was right.
You could tell she did not want to talk about it.
No. The underwear bandit. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. See, there's so much just weirdness in Otter Creek, period, folks. That's why, yeah, some people wrote and they were like, really? I didn't hear about, maybe? I don't remember it. I would think I would remember that. You know, I think I would remember if that ever came up. You know,
You would think. I know it never came up because I would have remembered that too. I remember hearing that the sign was stolen, but
Yeah.
nobody mentioned underwear
bandits, right?
I would have remembered that for sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I probably would have written a song about it. So yeah, no way I heard about that.
It just cracked me up though. poor Jeremy, man. He's got some of the weirdest stuff that goes on. I've got some strange people that, I mean, we could talk some weird people in my neighborhood, but you know, nothing like that. I mean, we could laugh at my neighbors. Again, I really had to fight the urge to put up that one 4th of July. And I had my security cameras in, and right across the front security camera, you know, you can see people setting off fireworks. And then from the corner out of view, running into view, was somebody with their shirt on fire. They just ran right across it. Their shirt was on fire.
Oh my God.
It was amazing. I don't let the kids go out. When we used to set out and, you know, we'd watch some of this. And then one of them, they were goofing off. You know those big cannons they shoot into the sky? You know that they're like poof, poof, poof. Yeah, I watched them.
I love those.
They were playing around and kicked one of them over on its side.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, and it started firing everywhere. And, you know, I the one thing I make them do every year is I make them hose down all the trees that are closest to the properties. You know, that way none of them catch on fire. That's my one demand. I'm like, you guys are crazy and you're going to set everybody's houses on fire one day. So hose down the front of the, you know, all the trees right here so they don't catch on fire. And they do. They're nice about it. So
that's a good idea, is to wet everything down.
Yeah, well, I mean, especially when I've seen them do that, I'm like, no, you know, they will burn themselves to the ground.
Yeah, chat, if you missed the show last night, the Rumble exclusive, we played the video of the Underwear Bandit. It was a scream. So we did find it thanks to the chat, and we got to catch up on that, and we played it. If you, for some reason, did not watch the Rumble exclusive last night, you gotta go, but you missed out. It was hysterical.
Those shizzy video or songs are really funny.
They're insane. And he's got more of them tonight.
Oh, her words put to music really were funny, especially that specific kind of music, you know?
Uh-huh.
I mean, my God.
I think that AI is getting better at doing the speaking. You know, because I made an entire musical. I really need to make a video for it and release it. Because I made an entire musical out of Bruce's emails to people.
Oh, and yeah. I'd like
remember?
That. Yes.
I have an entire playlist that's the first like 4 seasons of this Jeremy Hale's mess. Just in Bruce's emails.
Yeah, that was really good, actually. It really came out well.
I need to actually like release it.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't done that. Oh, by the way, the old deleted episode of the flea bags has been uploaded to my Facebook. Shall we check?
How many minutes?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Does it say how many minutes? 6 minutes. It's been out 6 minutes.
Okay, so it went up at 7:55. I'm just noting. That way
I'm waiting for them to have their usual freak out.
Now though, if you mention they have freakouts, they might not do it.
Yeah, have your freak out. You know you want to. But I mean, look, if you're going to delete stuff off YouTube, I don't know why we can't put it back up.
You
because
absolutely can. You absolutely can.
Well, I
It's,
I don't see why not for commentary purposes and also to see what it is that you said that you're so afraid of that you put out there in public and now all of a sudden it isn't. Why?
I think
What are they
they're
hiding?
I think it's proof that they go after donors, They don't like that,
Mm-hmm.
because they've they've been denying a lot that they go after donors.
Yeah.
Bruce really went hard at Only Me.
Oh God, yeah. He not only went after Only Me in that stream and then he rage quit and they had to go to a bathroom break
Yeah.
because it was so uncomfortable, if you recall. But he also went after Lips and he
Yes.
screamed at her and made her feel like garbage and was telling her how she was wrong. No, you're wrong. And it was something. Oh, if you guys are looking for, I know it's a 3-hour show and I put the whole thing up, but if you're looking for the hilarious, it begins around the 45-minute mark.
I love the fact that Bruce went after Lips like that, just because, he came across as such an asshole in that. And yet at the same time, I agreed with him with a lot of it,
Yeah.
because she's out there and his point is like she makes us look terrible, and it's true. She would talk about case stuff, but she would be so far off the mark with some of it. You'd be like, are we talking about the same? Are we talking about the same case?
Well,
stuff?
he's the dummy that brought her in.
Yeah, apparently,
he's
and
the
they were
dummy that just was dying to have these weirdo loser lawyers take over and help Lynette.
Yeah, that's even better. So
You
he
get
didn't
what you
believe in
get.
her. Well, he didn't believe in her at all. He didn't believe in Lips, and yet she would have been part of the legal team that would have been representing Lynette Preston. So when they tell you that he's doing all this in her interest, how exactly is that working out when, again, he doesn't believe in her whatsoever? Hey, kiddo.
Right.
What's up?
Why are you bringing popcorn down here?
Daddy cooked it.
Because she
Yeah, I
can.
know. You bringing popcorn like this is a spectator sport, like she's coming down here and watch this show.
I saw you play your Nintendo Switch boy.
You saw me playing my Nintendo Switch, huh? Are you telling on me?
And extra popcorn when the popcorns, when the, you know what I mean? Like the microwave stuff.
Yeah.
It still popped 2 times, and one more, it was a tiny pop.
Yeah. Are you knocking me out for playing Switch? Is that what you were doing?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm not telling you.
All right. Well, hey, go upstairs, kiddo. Okay. We got to cover some stuff. Oh, you wanted to check your thing. How much George is a 20-something%? What? No, 30. Is it 20 or 30? I can't read it. It's upside down. 23. Yeah, that'll play. No.
Yeah, I was playing. Remember my old Minecraft game on here that I built about the more houses on it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now you have to search that thing up.
Okay. We'll go play. Love you.
Thank you. And I tell what.
I'll be right back. I've got a kid thing to fix too.
Yeah. They're writing
I
too.
love you too, Dad.
All right. Okay. Close the door. Oh, man. She's narking me out for playing Switch. I do. Usually with every stream that I do, like I said, I play video games while we cover stuff, which is absolutely hilarious when you think about it. Like I said, I cannot do something without multitasking normally, unless it consumes all of my efforts. I have to 100%. I have to 100% do something else too. Yeah, there's been, along with that email thing, there was more of that too. When they're complaining about people writing, and I thought that was interesting because it sounds like some people have some problems with some things that are going on, and they're calling out some of the the inconsistencies that have been happening over there. And it makes me wonder, like, what inconsistencies are some of their folks not quite amused with, you know? When she throws her fit, it goes over so poorly, by the way, that she has to tell her audience, oh, wait, that's not really about any of y'all, you know? If you take that badly, that's not what I meant. You know, but she's unloading on them, talking smack. And like I said, there must be people in that audience that they're asking questions that they don't like. And they're mailing other people too. So they're noting that there are issues. And they were vague about it, but at the same time, you know, it goes with the same thing we've said before, that if there's somebody out there and they have a problem with something the ThATs do, what the ThATs do is they start to threaten at first. And if the threats don't work, then what they'll do is they'll come in and they'll smear and do anything else that they can with it. You know, like they did to the bench donor, for example. You know, the bench donor recently, when they were talking about the bench donor, they said that they don't attack or smear anybody. And then in the same wording, they came out and accused the bench donor of being an alcoholic and all this other stuff, which, you know, when I heard that, I thought, what does that have to do with anything? You know, even if 100% the bench donor had a problem like that, like a substance problem. And why are they judging people on substance problems too? You know, it seems like I thought they were totally all about the substances, you know, so they have somebody on there all the time that's talking about substances, you know, so they're suddenly concerned with somebody that's not utilizing them correctly. That's kind of it's kind of bizarre, right? But I guess when they're talking about them, it matters. This, though, again, they may well be getting a subpoena to the show for this mess. And I don't think they're going to enjoy that very much, because they don't think that can happen. And it very much can, and it very much, I'm going to say, will. You know, there's and these people, again, they raised money for the lady that's out here claiming that she has no money. And again, where'd those assets go? If the assets, they keep saying they have some, they said live the other day that they still had some of that money. So if some of that money exists, that money is money that belongs to Lynette Preston, and it's being concealed. But they did. They said something about the other week. They said most of the money is gone, but there's still some money that would go for the house.
Really?
Yeah.
There's still some money. They're still saying that?
Yeah. Well, you know, when they're saying that, well, you know, the problem.
Come on.
Well, the problem with saying that is the bankruptcy. Again, you know, they're claiming publicly that there is money that is going to go for Lynette that is around. So how in the world can you say that you don't have money that's Lynette's money? And, you know, while that's going on, how can you claim that?
I don't know, but they'll figure out a way to do it.
Well, they'll lie about it, I'm sure, but they think that they can weasel out of everything that's up, and I'm not.
Well, look,
so
let's
sure.
be fair. I mean, up until now, they have weaseled out of almost everything. So, of course, they would think that. The court systems have allowed these people to weasel out of all kinds of things. I'm not going to be surprised if they weasel out of it in bankruptcy, too.
I don't know, man. I would be surprised just because, you know, I think they've accidentally cornered the money, you know. I don't see how they walk with the money.
I don't know. You're going to have a curious trustee that wants to actually go after it. And I mean, in theory, they're motivated to go after it because they get paid based on a percentage of what they collect. So in theory, it should be a slam dunk, right? Yes. Again, I don't trust the court system that we currently have to do any of that.
It is a sad reality when you have donors that are like, hey, these people have robbed me and they lied to me. And they're, again, when you have the people the money's supposed to go for, they actually contacted the police,
Right. Yeah. And like nobody's doing anything. So I don't know. Like I would like to think bankruptcy court is going to be real serious about it, but
I think when you when you start motivating the people that are looking for the money, where they can recover a portion of it, I think that, maybe is a better.
Hopefully, I hope that's what is needed, and it finally goes somewhere, and these people finally pay. But think about it this way too. I hate to be a downer, but Lynette Preston's had an entire lifetime of gaming the system, and she's done it very well. She's gotten away with it for a very long time. I just don't know if she's going to get caught. I feel like she hasn't gotten caught yet. Why would she get caught now?
I think Lynette Preston has walked herself into a corner. So, again,
yeah.
I think she's walked herself into a place where she's definitely looking at losing her property. She's, I mean, I just don't see how that doesn't, again, and it was one of those things where them not understanding the law is really what might have cost them that too, which is kind of funny. So I do think they walk into, now again, with benefits and everything else, that infuriates me to no end, knowing that we pay for these people's lives,
Oh yeah, right. Make sure you go to work today so John Cook doesn't die. Because apparently he relies on you.
I mean, and John Cook can actually work, I mean, again, he can do work around. We see him doing stuff.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He relies on you guys out there to go to work for him.
He doesn't. No, I'm saying he can do work for himself, anytime. But no, he can't.
He can do work for political campaigns.
Yeah.
He can stand in the sun. He can hand out signs. He can write signs. He can harass political opponents. But no, he can't be a Walmart greeter. That's just beneath him.
Yeah. It's amazing, too. It's amazing that, the system's broken anyway. But I really feel like Florida has some real problems. I mean...
You're just noticing this?
I mean, with Florida...
Let me introduce you to Florida, man.
I get that they have we've got crazy meth head people, too. But, Florida talks a big freaking game about and what they do. How they govern law and order and all that shit. And
yeah, well, it's a big joke, obviously. It's not, they're not serious about it. Because if they were serious about it, none of this would be happening. They would be upholding VAWA. They would be upholding foreign protective orders.
I mean, I learned
making sure that they get enforced, but they're not doing that. And they're not going to.
You have to have one thing for protective orders to make them work is you do have to have somebody that is within the police department that is, that is truly about protecting victims. And that is the shame of this, because they have all the safeguards there, but somebody has to really want to enforce them,
Right. And I mean, even though the federal government says you have to enforce it, Levy County's like, stop us. And then you go to the federal government and you find out like, okay, where's the enforcement arm of this? And there isn't one.
Yeah.
Or if there is, they say, well, you can sue. Well, that we've seen what happens when you sue. the judge just throws it out because immunity or whatever. Or you don't have the right to sue for this thing, is what they say. Failure to state a claim. You don't have a claim. That's so it makes laws like VAWA completely unenforceable. So I don't know why we even have them. It shouldn't even be a thing. This is the kind of shit that politicians do to make themselves look good in the press and get good headlines. So they look like they're against domestic violence and they're doing something to protect women from domestic violence, but they have no intention of enforcing it. They make these things, they put fancy names on them, they have big press conferences when they pass these things and they sign them, and then they tell everybody, you're safe now. Yeah, until you go and try and get a county like Levy County to uphold your protective order. And they won't. And then there's no one to go to make sure that they do.
Yeah, all those checks and balances don't exist.
Nope.
They really don't. They 100% don't. People think that, until they have a problem, man, it's just like when we've talked about being YouTubers, the kind of threats and stuff that you get, it's unreal.
And then when you tell the cops, they're like, well, you don't have to be online.
Yeah, they'll
stay offline.
They'll treat it. They will treat it like it's really your problem.
It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault for being online. Now, those of us who are online have learned to put up with a whole lot of craziness. And in a way, some of that is the territory. It comes with being online in a free internet, right? It's a free for all out here in a lot of ways. But that doesn't mean that you should be stalked and harassed and have your business interfered with just because you're a content creator. That's absurd.
When you get letters, like I said, some of the stuff I've gotten, I'm just like, I sometimes am just it boggles my mind to think like some of this stuff is real that people send,
Yeah.
And that, there have been times, again, I don't report a lot of stuff because it's useless. If I report something, it's because I think somebody will come here in person and I may have to do something about it. That's the only time I report things. And that's a terrible idea, that I hate that. That's one thing. The Jeremy Hale stuff, again, we see even in Florida, like, you see enforcement in some places, but Levy County has just been given impunity to do whatever they want. And when they do it, like you said, nobody holds them accountable. I really do. The more I think about the narc thing, the more I think that may be real. Like it very well sounds.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it does seem like let's just put it, it's a plausible explanation for why nothing has been done in the face of all this law breaking. It's plausible.
Yeah.
Well, you know what else I found out today? A little birdie told me that Judge Grudge is being moved.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it doesn't seem like a good idea to me, but maybe I'm wrong. He's being moved to the criminal docket.
Oh, no.
That's like serious cases.
That's just what people need. They need a biased piece of crap.
However, maybe it's good because he's getting out of where he currently is, which is family law. And those poor people really don't need a guy like him.
What sucks with family law is everything happens. Yeah, it all happens behind a wall, essentially. Yeah. And
there's no cameras in family law. At least in criminal court, he'll be on camera again.
Yeah, on family law, it's so bad. Like people just they have no idea. When we were complaining about certain lawyers, potentially taking advantage because there's no record of what they do. Well, God, the stuff that is allowed, it blows my mind. Like getting a taste of that. I was just it amazed me. It amazed me like what not just what's allowed, but like when they treat it like it's no big deal, when things come up, like, like the safety of kids, for example. Oh, well, who cares? They talk a big game about it, but I'm telling you, like, it's just nuts. And I mean, when you see expert witnesses, that's another thing that is just so awful too. We saw that in this case. We saw a guy who obviously had no qualification, and I mean, he's brought in for how much money, but expert witnesses, they make more money doing what they do than they ever made doing anything else. They get to, a lot of them, that's their life goal. They hope they can become an expert witness.
God.
I mean, God, like with the courts, and again, kids, like if a kid's involved in that, you've got to bring them in, or you got to bring in a rebuttal witness, or something. Hey, kiddo, hey, don't bring that in here. Don't bring, that thing is loud. Take that upstairs. Go back. She got a toy dog. It makes noise. I'm like, don't bring it over here. It'll be barking by me. Yeah, the thing is so loud. All right, let's read this here. Just 1 second.
So this is the defendant's partial motion to dismiss counts 2 and 3 of the complaint and incorporated memorandum of law. So Lynette is going to try and get the complaint in the bankruptcy case dismissed against her, at least 2 of the counts dismissed. And, I guess we'll see what you think about this.
Yeah, I thought, 1 second. Let me see something. Wait, what? This is the defendants, right? Yeah. Okay. Give me 1 second here. All right.
It's Lynette's motion to dismiss.
Yeah, I was like, this is defendants, right? Okay. I was trying to lock that in. It wouldn't scroll for some reason. So I had to relock it. That's what I was doing real quick. Yeah, do you want to read some?
Sure. Defendant Lynette Michelle Lacey Alexis Ruby Preston moves under federal rule of bankruptcy procedure blah 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 for an or 12B for an order dismissing counts 2 and 3 of the complaint. Both counts seek to deny the debtor's discharge under the rule based on 3 vaguely sketched omissions: a flea market business, unspecified jewelry, and donations due her that by plaintiff's own pleading are held by a third party. Neither count survives Rule 12B6, and count 3, which sounds in fraud, fails the heightened particularity standard. This is the same argument that was made in Fed 2 that the judge agreed with, by the way.
Well,
not
it's also
specific enough, fails in particularity, and if this shit works, I'm going to be pissed for Jeremy.
It's a common tactic, though. These are common tactics.
How are they supposed to know the specificity of numbers when they don't have access to those records? You can't have specificity until or unless you get discovery on these things.
They know for sure specifics. They have proof that $56,000 existed.
Okay, but the question is, was it written in the complaint with enough specificity? Like dates, were there dates there and of when the donations came in and to whom and by whom? Like, I don't remember. I'm not sure that there were. And is that what the court wants? I mean, Fed 2 made a big deal out of that. Like, well, we needed the exact numbers and we didn't get that. So, you're screwed. I've never heard of anything so stupid in all my life.
I believe that Belitho was wrong in that.
I believe he was wrong too, but I'm telling you, these courts, these judges are doing this thing where they're holding you to the technical letter of the law in the most, in the way that's least favorable to you, which is not what they're supposed to do, but that's what they're doing. So if I were practicing, I would be crossing all my T's, dotting all my I's, and giving them more than they wanted to know.
Yeah.
I would be overloading them with the particularities of the case to avoid exactly this, having to explain, well, we couldn't tell you exactly how many were there instances in the, and again, there might have been, and I don't remember, but for an example, were there instances in the complaint where we know she was selling jewelry online? We saw the posts. Were the posts included in the complaint with the dates that she was selling the jewelry and how much it was being sold for? See, I feel like that's the level of detail that they want. And if it isn't there,
I mean, see, you say that, but you know, who are we basing this on? Bolitho. You know what, Bolitho? There is no way. I don't care if Fed 2 was the most magical filing ever. I believe that Bolitho would have struck it down because Bolitho did not
because he
want
hated
Fed
it
2.
from the beginning.
Yeah. He hates it. He hates the people involved. He hates everybody in it, and you know, for that, I think.
Well, except Lynette and John, he doesn't appear to hate them at all.
No, he actually he appears to enjoy Bruce too. I don't know, maybe there's some commonality in there, you know. Actually, after he mentioned Dan Owen, it really makes me wonder about other things, just to be honest.
Oh yeah.
You know, after that mention, that really hit me bad.
That hit different. Yeah. So I mean, look at this. So unspecified jewelry, donations due to her. Okay, neither count survives. And you can page down, you can scroll down.
My bad.
Defendant does not, by this motion, seek dismissal of count 1. Defendant will answer count 1 within the time allowed by Federal Rule of Bankruptcy Procedure following the court's ruling on this motion.
1 second. Yeah, I'm going to mute for 1 second.
Well, who could say no to that? That's just not fair.
I know. That's what she does. When she knows she's come down here
too many times.
She's like, but I just want a hug and a kiss. Isn't that right? That's what you do. Yeah. And she puts on her cutest smile, don't you?
Cute face.
And she is cute. Oh my God. She knows it too. Are you cute?
Yes.
Are you very cute?
Yes.
Do you get yourself out of trouble being cute? Maybe.
She's not telling. No. She's not telling the secrets. Girls don't give up the secrets.
I'm not talking about that.
You're not what? You're not what?
I'm not talking about.
You're not going to tell on yourself? Well, that's probably the smart way.
Smart girl.
She said, "I'm not telling on myself."
She's not giving up that information easy. No way,
she's so
man.
funny with that, though. All right, hey, I plugged that up, but it's going to take a little bit, so you can go upstairs, okay? All right, love you.
Thank you.
All right, be good though. Hey, be good for Sissy too. I heard them like, love you too. I heard them play fighting. You know, they were doing something stupid, and then you know, like it turned into them arguing about something.
Of course, always does.
I mean, yes, they argue all the time, which is funny to listen to. But my Lord, if you ever like get onto one of them, oh my Lord. So, the little one got in trouble one day, and you know, I was like, "What are you doing?" You know, and her sister popped out, and she was like, "She hasn't done anything wrong. Everything's good." You know,
she's like, "Mind your business."
I just thought it was funny. She was I mean, she really wanted to like, you know, get her sister out of everything. And when like the oldest, if she gets into any kind of trouble, the little one, I mean, she's always like, "Oh, Sissy didn't do it, you know. I think someone else did it." I'm like, "Who did it? Who?" Like, there's no one else here. So who could have done it? And she's like, "Oh well," but she's pretty funny on that. Anyway, so let's look at this. So, introduction. Plaintiff is the holder of an unliquidated contested defamation claim. He has chosen to add to that claim. God, I can't say this right. 2 parallel objections to discharge under 11 U.S.C. 727, alleging that the debtor concealed assets and made false oaths. The factual core of both 727 counts is identical, and it's sparse. He should know how this feels. This sounds like stuff that actually has been used against Saran Wrap, you know?
Yeah.
So, also, he didn't write this.
Who
Saran
wrote
Wrap
it?
did not write this. He didn't write this. This is not his writing.
Well, I didn't. Well, that's why I said he seems more on the ball. Like, who wrote this? Because it's better than what he normally writes.
It's not his writing. Plaintiff identifies 3 categories of supposed undisclosed property in a single sentence and provides no detail beyond that sentence. There are no values, no dates, no description, no badges of fraud, no facts suggesting the omission.
Badges.
Yeah.
We don't need no stinking badges.
Get your badges of fraud, baby. Look, another statement. You know why? That's low key. That's a signal that he's a narc, allegedly. And no facts suggesting the omissions, if they were omissions at all, were anything other than the kind of routine schedule questions that get resolved by amendment in every Chapter 7 case. Well, they've already amended, haven't they?
But they've already, yeah. I mean, she was supposed to. Not to mention, we all said, Lynette, where's your jewelry? Where's the flea market? She had plenty of time to amend and add those things in. She's trying to pull one over on the court to pretend like she doesn't have those things.
Well, she's posted about it. She's posted statements to people saying that she's not doing anything wrong. All of her personalized jewelry and everything else is somehow part of the flea market, or it belongs to, or rather the nonprofit. And somehow it really all belongs to either it, or it's either the turtles or the kids, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she's trying to, I mean, she's pulling the whole thing that she's going to be giving that later on to the kid, you know? And it's like, okay, I see what you're doing here. You know, I recognize it. And God, I mean, it's just, this is how court cases go to people. And, you know, Megan's writing one thing, and nothing's guaranteed in any court case. You know, nothing is guaranteed. That's one thing. It doesn't matter how on the ball or how right a claim is. You have to have a judge think that it's right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a big problem, you know?
Yeah, because it's not, justice is unequal. You know, the Lady Justice statue is a lie, that justice is blind.
Yeah.
That's just not true. And we've seen it in case after case. It all depends on what judge you get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And sometimes you get a good one. Sometimes, like Kelsey Fitzsimmons got a great judge. I really enjoyed watching him.
Ooh.
Oh, she got so lucky. But I think that her defense team knew they had a slam dunk, because otherwise you don't choose a bench trial. You know, you go with a jury unless you are sure that a judge cannot ignore the gaping holes in the state's case. Like, you don't do that unless you are really certain, right?
Yeah.
You just don't. But she got a really good judge, and he was a pleasure to watch. But then you get a judge like Bev Canone, and oh my God, you want to tear your hair out watching her, because she's just so unfair and so biased towards the state.
Heck, you
or
saw
Judge Grudge.
Judge Grudge, that's what I'm going to say. You saw Judge Grudge. He was the perfect example of what you do not want to ever pick up in a court case.
Yeah. By the way, like, Nick Rekieta got his order of harassment thing that's been dragging on for 9 months.
That's so bad.
9 months he still hasn't had a hearing. So some idiot can say this guy is harassing me after spending 6 months spilling every detail of his personal life online. And Nick fights back and says a few things about him, and says the same kind of crap and hurts his feelings. And now it's, I'm being harassed. And this has been dragged out for 9 months. So, and that judge in that case has done everything off the record behind closed doors in chambers.
Yeah, that's so sketchy. Everything should be, I don't trust, I just don't trust courts, period. I don't trust any of them, nor should you, honestly. So, again, we saw what the grudge judge was doing. That was 100%. And, it's amazing because even with all of that, there are certain things we got lucky that we saw, like some of the stuff, some of the wrongdoing there, the way it happened, we're lucky that there was a record of it.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. I'm hearing more and more from people who are in court, by the way, that stuff just like what's happening to Nick is happening to them, especially in family court, where you go for your hearing and you are ordered to sit in the hallway while your lawyer goes with their lawyer into the judge's chambers and has off the record conversations that are not recorded. And they come out of there having decided things without your input and without even you witnessing it. So you will never know what was said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that should not be legal.
I saw that with lawyer conferences that, lawyers were allowed to go in to conference, and I, as a party, never got to hear anything, and that infuriated me.
Yeah,
it's like actually one of the most annoying things that happened with any of that stuff. The judge came in for one hearing and was like, "Hey, I don't even remember what this is about," and was laughing about it. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?" It's not very funny that you don't know something that impacts 4 lives and you couldn't be bothered to find out what it is. But he did. He seemed annoyed that he was there, and I was like, "This sucks," because he's the one who wanted the hearing date, and because of that, it was because he didn't know, so he didn't look up anything on it. He's supposed to research the topic, and he didn't research the topic
and
at all.
When you think you're going to have your day in court, and then you get there and you're told to sit in the hallway, and it's over before you even step into a courtroom, that should never be allowed, ever. It's so upsetting. I just can't believe that that's happening still. I cannot believe that that's happening in this country. And it seems to be happening more and more as judges do not want to be on the record. They don't want the publicity. They don't want to end up in Judge Grudge's shoes.
They want to have YouTube channels and stuff, but they don't want the negatives.
They don't want to invite the public into the courtroom and let them watch how they make their decisions. And they don't want to be questioned. Why are you letting an order of harassment case drag on for 9 months when the parties were promised and are guaranteed under law a hearing in 20 days? 20 days has turned into 9 months.
Well, we saw that. Look at Hale's. Look at the temporary protective order that went with Hale's.
11 months.
Yep. 11 months on that one. Mm-hmm. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
I
got to remind Nick. I need to remind Nick that Jeremy Hale still hasn't beat. He didn't get his day in court for 11 months. And then when he finally got it, she dismisses it.
Mm-hmm. So he sat there, and it's amazing that the rights that we talk about all the time, they can just be snatched from you just like that while you're waiting. You haven't been convicted of anything. Nobody's ever even heard your case, but you can have your rights taken away from you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a frustrating setup. Anyway, so count 3, which alleges false oath under blah, 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 is governed by Rule 9b. It must state with particularity what was false, when, and how. The complaint does none of that. It identifies 3 undisclosed asset categories at the highest level of generality, attaches no values, and pleads intent in abject form. Hey, this is not him telling you. One of the 3 categories, the jewelry, was actually disclosed on the debtor's amended schedule.
The one bracelet?
Yeah. She claims one piece of jewelry.
She wears more than that to court, you dumbass.
And this, it's internally contradictory because money held by a third party is not debtor's property schedule. What? Your money that's held by a third party. I don't have to disclose. So you're telling me that I can say, hey, man, hold on to this $100K for me because I don't want to report it? And that's okay?
Maybe you can. God knows these rules are all so absurd.
Actually,
Maybe
you know
that
what?
is a rule. Who knows?
The way that all of this is set up is so it's so contrary to our freaking to our system of what we're supposed to have as governance. You and I are supposed to be able to go in and to plead our cases in front of somebody. We are not supposed to have have this whole branch of freaking lawyers and other garbage, you know?
Right.
We're not.
But you can't get a fair shake without a lawyer.
Because you don't understand the game. You don't understand the rules.
And the truth is that whole practicing without a license is simply meant to keep you and me from doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
Really. Even though they let you do pro se or whatever, that whole practicing without a license, it is to keep people from being able to help each other in court.
Yep.
And so that you must purchase the services of a bar member.
Yeah, it's a sham, is what it is. You know, and again, I'm not taking a shot at I'm taking a shot at the whole freaking system.
The whole system is terrible.
Yeah, because I mean, we should not have a system so complex. Like the rules, you know, again, you should have a system where I hate using the words common sense because common sense is a terrible word, but you know, where everybody has the ability to understand it. I realize there are a lot of idiots out there too, but you know, somebody
let's say like medium, smart, and above have the capability of understanding it. But like, I wouldn't walk into court by myself. That'd be crazy.
No, I mean, I've seen, but the costs are so exorbitant to bring in people. You know, when we were talking about, that's why when, again, people go in and they defame and they ruin, a lot of people don't do anything about it because they can't afford to. And because, okay, when you're looking at the stuff with Hales too, you know, when we were talking about the cost and everything as well, the whole what if, you know, that's just to get a try at it. It's not to win. That's just to
yeah.
Because I mean, if you were talking about, you could have a great case, and it doesn't matter in the least.
Doesn't matter if you get a judge that hates you, or hates your case, or hates YouTubers, or you know. And look, listen, did you watch any of that Turtle Boy hearing? There's another harassment order hearing going on. Turtle Boy versus his ex-girlfriend, who seems like a real peach, by the way.
I've seen some of that. I saw some of the videos.
Well, he had his harassment order hearing, and it was, again, the judge. I wish I had written down timestamps because the things the judge says about YouTube, you know what, maybe I could word search it and we could pull it up real quick. The things that the judge says about YouTube, and you can tell he doesn't understand the platform at all. Not at all. And he discounts it completely as nonsense. And he doesn't care. It's all garbage. And the things he says should disqualify him from the case. And it has made me believe that judges should be required to take continuing education courses in social media content creation and free speech, because none of them know what it is, nor do they care.
And they have a false, they don't care.
They have a false idea of it, that it's for people who are just, you know, gossip mongers, right?
Well, that's interesting.
And they don't care about gossip mongers. To them, gossip mongers don't have the freedom of speech because what you do is not legitimate.
Well, it's interesting considering all of their their mainstream pals, or they're all here too. So do they count that way? No, of course not. It's just me
Of
and
course
you.
not. They just count people like us or like Turtle
Mhm.
Boy and discount, and just paint us as bad people from the get-go. These judges have a very negative opinion of YouTube and YouTubers, very negative opinion. And it's going to get worse before it gets better, because somebody's going to have to get an egregious ruling against them before a lawyer, a serious one, a free speech lawyer, takes an interest and says, okay, this is enough. We have to take this all up the chain.
Well, and even when you take it up the chain, I listened to a hearing talking about, again, it was an arrest where a guy was recording on the sidewalk, a police station outside, gets arrested. He's not inside or anything else. And the judges,
I remember that.
yeah. And okay, well, the court, not just the court itself, but the appeals court comes in and they uphold what is essentially a Terry stop, which is absolutely illegal. And they make all these excuses where they uphold the police. Well, bad things have happened to police. It's like they're on the sidewalk. It's a public sidewalk. It is protected. It has been it has already been legislated. We have the right, and yet these people, man, they are the enemy of the public. I believe the judiciary has become the enemy of the public. I'm very extreme in my opinion with that.
Mm-hmm.
I do not. The experiences I've had with judges, they were not. I got lucky in outcome, but it wasn't because of judges. The judges, they will put you through hell. They will put you through illegal hell. You cannot. They'll put your children through hell, and they will do it with a smile. We have a judge here that is he's a terrible womanizer. He's not just an alcoholic. He's notorious for drinking moonshine and stuff. And he's bad about flirting with the women that come before him.
Oh,
right?
Lord.
Yeah, and he's over our family courts here. So
oh no.
Yeah, so try to get a fair shake in that.
No.
Yeah. And I mean it's none but his social.
Does he preside over DUI cases too?
He does, yes.
It's pretty interesting if he's got a drinking problem of his own. I bet he's not real harsh on those.
No, he is not.
DUIs.
He is not harsh on criminals, period.
Wow.
Yeah, we have he lets some people get away with some pretty horrible stuff. And anyway, I'm way off topic, but oh God, I hate that guy. We don't have that much to choose from, and that guy, it would be fun to, he's been in office for decades now, this judge. And, you could probably.
That's the other thing. They always stay too long. So most of these guys are so old that they can't keep up with technology. They have no concept of it, and they're not learning it. They're not spending the time to learn it. And so how is it fair that an ancient judge is making a decision on a YouTuber's case, and they can't even figure out, like Judge Duty doesn't even know that a timestamp is real.
Right.
Like that you can't fake when a video is uploaded to YouTube. Oh, I can't with these people. You have got to see, though, the judge. I'll see if I can find the clip that I'm thinking of, because it'll make your blood boil.
Okay. Third, count 2 and 3, arrest on the same operative facts and seek the same relief under different theories. Even if the account survived the threshold defects, the duplication should be resolved by election or consolidation. Again, this is not his writing. He did not write this at all. He didn't. His citations are different.
Well,
The
who do
whole
you think that they got to write it?
I don't know. I don't know if they did or again, I can never when I these days it doesn't have the hallmarks of AI. Not really. I don't think it has that.
Well, I don't know
Hmm.
how they would have found somebody to write it.
No, it may be again, let's just say it may be a collaborative effort or God knows, but it's definitely his work seemed like the Etch-a-Sketch of lawyering. You know what I mean? Or a CNC, the lawyer says nothing, I mean, it was terrible. Are you looking for that, by the way? You want me to read while you're looking or?
I found it.
Okay.
You want to see it?
Yeah, I want to see it real quick. And then we'll come
Okay,
back.
here.
Let me see this real
There's
quick.
one of them anyway. He makes several
this
of
real
these
fast.
comments.
Mhm.
And here, let's see. Do you see it? Because it's spinning for me.
It's spinning too.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
I don't
close
know
it
why
and try it
my-
again. Close it
I
and
don't
lock it
know
in.
why this is happening.
No, it's still spinning.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
And where would he do that?
on his shows,
Okay, when you say shows, what's that? The judge doesn't know anything about that.
on his
What shows?
on his YouTube shows,
And what's a YouTube show?
an internet show that he broadcasts to.
Right, and is that something that was heavily publicized during the Karen Reed trial, this show?
Yes.
Right. And what's he have, like 2,000 followers or something?
Closer to 200,000.
Okay. And that's at the height of his, what, is this like some kind of internet, like, presence or something?
Yes.
Okay. And does he get paid for, having that show, do you know?
Yes.
But I like how the lawyer acknowledges the judge doesn't know anything about YouTube. Nothing. He knows nothing about YouTube channels. He doesn't know how it works. And then later, the judge actually says that, like, what is this? What is this now? It might be here. Let's see. The judge goes, whose YouTube is this now?
This is somebody else's YouTube channel.
Is that one of his followers?
No.
What's it talk about? Grand jury being leaked?
He brought this in as one of his exhibits.
You what?
He brought this in as one of his exhibits.
I got to find where the judge gets into it because it's so funny. And he doesn't get it. Like here, wait. This is funny too. The judge goes, don't give him an extra 100,000 people.
No, he's sharing some of our sexual messages from when we are together and then laughing about some with
And he's posting
his
this
co-host.
to 300,000 people.
The testimony was 200,000. Don't give him an extra 100,000.
Yeah.
To 5 million people.
At least he was paying attention, though, because, at least the judge was actually paying attention. And then Jessica Machado's in the audience, and she comes up in the testimony somehow. She's another YouTuber, and the judge is like, she's in the courtroom, and he's outraged.
Jessica Machado.
And who's Jessica Machado?
He's another YouTuber and a journalist. She's reporting here today. She's sitting over there.
She's in this courtroom?
Yes.
And she's proud of it. Okay, let's go. Okay, continue.
The lawyer, and she's proud of it. So you
has
can't be a journalist. So Jessica Machado's a journalist. You can't be a journalist if you have a YouTube channel, is what they're trying to say and what they're trying to do. And it's working because these judges, and I can't find exactly where it is, but the judge too, he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand what it is.
Well, we've seen the same thing. I think that links into what we've been talking about with this. You see the bias that comes in is yet another thing. I think the YouTuber thing, that's why they tried to play it as the, he makes money off of, because they treat it as you're throwing away every right that you have. I don't have the right to talk about my life. I don't, I don't have the right to do this and, do that. Why wouldn't I? If I were practicing, if I were working with one of these outlets that they agree with, they would be totally okay with all of that stuff. But, okay. Do you want to read?
I got the wrong thing going on here. Let's see. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Now we're back. But yeah, you got to listen to that whole thing. It's 4 hours, but there's parts of it that the judge just gets it so wrong that I was screaming at the screen. Federal Rule Bankruptcy Procedure makes Federal Rule Civil Procedure 12b-6 applicable to adversary proceedings. Wasn't Bruce the one who was always harping about 12b-6?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe he wrote this.
Oh, it's clean for Bruce. Yeah.
But he doesn't know anybody else who would do this.
I mean,
does he have anybody who would do favors for him at this point?
I mean, that's a good question too. It just, like I said, it just looks way too clean, and way.
I mean,
with Bruce, it hasn't gone off the rails yet. Almost every Bruce filing goes off the rails,
Mm-hmm.
Starts screaming about
YouTube content.
Yeah, and Randy Shockett, and this guy's a monster, and Jeremy Hale's a monster, and you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so to survive dismissal, a complaint must state a claim to relief that is plausible on its face. The 11th Circuit applies Iqbal and Twombly in this district as elsewhere. Blah, blah, blah. All kinds of citations. A plaintiff must plead more than labels and conclusions, and a formulaic recitation of the elements of a cause of action will not do. Conclusory allegations, unwarranted deductions of facts, or legal conclusions masquerading as facts will not prevent dismissal. The court eliminates any allegations in the complaint that are merely legal conclusions and then asks whether the well-pleaded facts plausibly give rise to an entitlement of relief. You can scroll.
All right.
Federal rule incorporates Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 9b, which requires that in alleging fraud or mistake, a party must state with particularity the circumstances constituting fraud or mistake. Any allegations based in fraud must comply with the heightened pleading standard in Rule 9b. The 11th Circuit enforces that requirement strictly. I have an idea, but I don't want to say it publicly. But I have an idea on who may have written this.
Okay.
I'm putting it in the private chat.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that what you were thinking too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought at the beginning. I thought partially that and partially, maybe the Mr. Roboto. Again, I'm not saying that with any. I'm not saying that for sure. Again, that is not an allegation. I'm just saying it definitely does not read like a saran wrap.
No.
His filings just look terrible,
Not the guy who was yelled at by the appeals court for not proofreading his own motion.
Right. And not knowing what was in his own motion, by the way.
Yeah, not knowing what was in it. Yeah, exactly.
But dismissing fraud claims that rest on quote-unquote vague allegations or that ask the court to quote-unquote make inferences from a pattern of conduct without specific facts. Allowing such inferences, the court warned, would quote strip all meaning from Rule 9b's requirements of specificity. And quote, serve two purposes, alerting defendant to the precise misconduct which they are charged, and protecting defendant against spurious charges of immoral and fraudulent behavior. Well, they should see about adding. They have a ton of things they could put in, and if they need them, then they should see Maybe they can have a talk with the trustee or anything else. Because, I mean, they have everything from, they have posts, audio, you know, they have audio of these people in their own words talking about this stuff. They have things that have gone on in the hearing, which apparently they seem pretty confident are proof of fraud. So if they need to add more, then they should find out if there's, you know, a way to do that before you end up with, nope, can't do this, you know. An action under 11 U.S.C. 727 is fraud-based. The plaintiff must prove that the debtor made a statement under oath. The statement was false. The debtor knew the statement was false. The debtor made the statement with fraudulent intent, and the statement related materially to the bankruptcy case. Because the claim sounds in fraud, 9B governs, and the plaintiff must plead each element with particularity. So, argument. Count 2 pleads 2 different statutes and states a claim under neither. So, count 2 is captioned objection to discharge under USC 727A2. The body alleges concealment of assets that the debtor knew of and intentionally omitted from her schedule. The prayer for relief, however, asks the court to enter judgment denying defendant's discharge pursuant to 1120 blah blah blah. The count thus invokes 2 distinct subsections of 727 with 2 distinct sets of elements and never settles on either. Section 727A2 reaches both transfers and concealments. The plaintiff must prove 4 elements. A transfer occurred. Transfer was debtor's property. The transfer was in 1 year of the petition, and the transfer was done with the intent to hinder, delay, or defraud a creditor or the trustee. You want to continue?
It was within 1 year. Let's see, wait, where was I? With 1 year of the petition, and the transfer is done with the intent to hit. Okay, you got that.
Yeah.
Where the alleged misconduct is concealment by omission from the schedules. The same 4 elements govern with concealment substituted for transfer. Blah, blah, blah. The plaintiff bears the burden of demonstrating actual fraudulent intent. Subsection whatever, by contrast, bars discharge where the debtor knowingly and fraudulently, in or in connection with the case, made a false oath or account. Okay. Listing the 5 elements. The first reaches conduct directed at property. The second reaches conduct directed at the integrity of the bankruptcy oath. The required intent, the time frame, and the nature of the prohibited act differ between the 2. The complaint alleges that the debtor concealed property by omitting it from her schedules. Concealment by omission can support an A2 claim, but only if the plaintiff alleges that each of the 4 Perry elements. The complaint alleges none of them with the specificity rule and Rule 9b require. It does not identify when the alleged concealment began, does not allege that the property issue was at any specific time in the debtor's possession or control, and it does not allege that the debtor intended to hinder, delay, or defraud any specific creditor or the trustee. Plaintiff alleges only that the omissions were made knowingly and fraudulently. That phrasing tracks A4, not A2, and even as to A4, it pleads intent in conclusory terms. If count 2 is read as an A4 claim consistent with its prayer, it is duplicative of count 3, which separately invokes the same subsection on the same facts. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a different page, isn't it?
Nope.
Is this your page?
Nope, it's the same one.
Either way, count 2 fails. Plaintiff I'm trying to get out of it. Plaintiff cannot plead 2 statutory theories in the alternative without alleging the elements of either. The count should be dismissed, and if plaintiff intends to proceed, he should be required to elect a single theory and replace it. Count 3 fails Rule 9b, particularity of each of the 3 asset categories. Count 3 alleges that the debtor made a false oath. under the rule by omitting from her schedules and SOFA a flea market business operated under a lease at the Chiefland Farmers Flea Market, 2 jewelry, and 3 donations due to her from Lisa Lee, but currently held by Lisa Lee and other third parties. None of the 3 categories is pled with the particularity that Rule 9b requires. And if this is true, it's going to make me mad because all 3 of those things could have been pled with lots of particularity.
Yeah, there's a lot. That's what I'm saying. If there is particularity that is necessary, then they need to look at
Amend.
this and amend that
Quickly.
shit now.
Quickly.
Yes, that's that is actually a question that needs to be asked, especially after the
Especially
Fed
what
2
happened with
stuff.
Fed 2. Right.
And
we're in federal court.
Even
by
if
the
there's
way.
even if there's a question that it could be, again, it's not I think I would amend and add it, period. I would do it.
Yeah,
period.
the lesson here is give more information than you think you need. Not less, more.
I would.
Not
I mean, you
like-
have
there's no
recordings of
waiting.
these people.
There's no waiting with these people for, we need that in discovery. Well, we can do it later. You can't. Clearly, you can't do it later because these judges want it all in the they want the job to be easy.
Yeah.
So make it easy.
Yeah, well, and it lines it out since they already know what's there, and everything that should be discussed anyway. Again, they have an ocean of proof, so why not put it out there?
So why not put it in there?
And it'd be fun reading too.
The complaint says nothing about the alleged flea market business beyond a reference to a website and a lease. Plaintiff does not allege what the debtor's interest in the operation actually is, whether sole proprietorship, vendor at a third-party market, employee, helper, something else. Scroll. Plaintiff does not allege when the activity began or whether it continued as of the petition date. Plaintiff does not allege whether any inventory or equipment exists. And it does, and we've seen it.
Yes.
What it
Yes,
consists of or what it's worth. Plaintiff does not allege whether the lease itself created a leasehold interest of any value or whether the activity generated income that should have been reported. Well, if it didn't generate any income, what was she doing there?
Yes, she talks about it making money.
And plaintiff does not allege any fact tying the supposed business to a specific schedule or SOFA question that the debtor was required to answer differently than she did. Well, wasn't she supposed to say she owns more than one silver bracelet worth $25 when she clearly owns thousands?
Yeah, she that is so garbage because 100%. Let's see, how do we know that? Because she wears them to hearings. I mean, it's flagrant. It's not even
flagrant in your face. The debtor's SOFA discloses one business connection. It's a Shell Thing, Inc., a not-for-profit conservation organization. SOFA Part 11, Question 27. Plaintiff does not allege that the flea market activity is a separate, disclosable business connection within the meaning of SOFA Question 27, or that the activity generated income within the meaning of the Question 4. God, this is a long sentence. You can continue it.
or that any flea market related personal property meets the description of any line item on Schedule A or B. The complaint simply asserts that the activity exists and infers from its existence that some unspecified omission was made. Yeah, so they should put up all of her wonderful listings for it. And the fact that, again, these people, they had their they talked about their problems, let's say. They were commingling assets. So when they're doing that creates a gigantic problem for them. One that when they're going and selling items, how can you say that they're actually belonging to her or they're belonging to this 501c3, especially, again, she had all these problems with it and yet continues to pretend that it's running as normal. So for all that time, again, she's putting in assets, she's putting them all in her regular bank account. They're doing all of this. Again, if they need if they need any kind of specificity, they have it. They can make a freaking 1,000-page file. I mean, I know you wouldn't, but still, they could pick out the most egregious stuff. And especially with the money thing, again, they have her own words talking about this. They have them in print. They have them in video. She tells us that it's her money. So there should be no question to being able to prove this, None. The kind of pleading, it does not satisfy Rule 9b. The 11th Circuit has rejected exactly this approach. A plaintiff cannot plead fraud by gesturing at a category of conduct and asking the court to make inferences about specific wrongdoing. Let's see, this again notes vague allegations that improper, quote, practices took place, unquote, will not do, and the plaintiff cannot escape the requirement by pleading on information and belief without underlying facts. Plaintiff has alleged that a flea market business exists. He does not allege that the debtor swore what the debtor swore was false, what the truth was, or how the supposed activities translate into disclosable interest in property. Rule 9b requires all this. Plaintiff alleges concealment of jewelry. The debtor amended to put, again, they note, one item. One. So, and it's not even a ring, by the way. So she does it. Holy shit. So, plaintiff does not allege that any other specific item of jewelry exists. This is so flagrant right here.
Mm-hmm.
This right here. This is a screw you.
I don't think this is true, by the way. I think the complaint, I couldn't find it. I don't know where it is at the moment. But I don't think it's true that it was not more specific about the jewelry. It was not just jewelry. It specified that she didn't disclose the amount of jewelry she has, which is much more than she has said.
Well, it's interesting. The argument here is, as a creditor, I'm supposed to investigate everything about this person. What exactly do trustees and stuff do then?
Yeah, right. What do they? Isn't there an? Yeah, right. What the heck is a trustee for then? If the creditors have to do all of the work and all of the investigation and get every bit of particularity for the bankruptcy court.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all. Like, again, what are they doing there? The contrast with the case that actually does not discharge for omitting jewelry is instructive. So they know in this case here, the 11th Circuit affirmed a denial of discharge under where the plaintiff identified the omitted items by name. Oh, okay. So ugly ass ring on finger, other ugly ass ring on that finger. Again, that's amazing. So if you need that level of specificity, again, what exactly are trustees doing? What do they investigate? And that's not a shot at them. That is a legit question. If I, as a debtor, have to investigate these people, and I have to put on, we've already heard, this stuff too costs money. It costs quite a bit of money. So,
yep.
As an interested party, it's amazing that the claim here is, again, now you need to spend $50,000 or $60,000 in order to prove, all of this stuff that these people are doing. It just, it boggles the mind in some ways, because it makes me, I don't know. Like I said, it makes me wonder what exactly the courts are supposed to do in this. If Hales is supposed to do all of this stuff, then what do they do? Just sit around and be like, okay, yeah, cool. So this noted, again by name, a Rolex watch, a set of silver flatware, 2 shares of AT&T stock, golf clubs. I think, Jesus, there's a lot of items that if we need to be at, descriptive. Okay. How are you supposed to also value the items? As Jeremy Hales, how would you value? It says, oh, well, it should have been specific, descriptive detail. How would he value the rings on her fingers?
Yeah, exactly. I have no idea.
I mean, I don't even understand this argument when I look into it here, saying that, yes, I mean, that she's fraudulently sitting around with these rings because you can see them on her hands. How do we know how would we ever know what they're worth? We don't know what they're made out of, but we definitely know she's not claiming them. That's the kicker there. And also they go through, and the debtor's former spouse confirmed the existence of omitted items. Now, with that was a trial decision about factual findings, not a motion to dismiss, but illustrates the level of specificity to support a 727A4A jewelry claim. I want to look up the rules on that to see, because again, as a creditor, I am very curious how you would know these levels, like what it is supposed to.
Yeah, I am too. And is the onus on the creditor to investigate the debtor? I don't think so.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right, because like how much would they be able to do?
Yeah, I don't know.
The bankruptcy court has all of this authority to go in to investigate. They can probe anywhere. As the creditor, you have a very limited scope of action.
Yeah,
anyway, you want me to keep reading, or you want to read?
Yeah, are we on a new page?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The complaint here pleads no item, no value, no source of knowledge, and no witness. We're all witnesses. It's literally on YouTube.
Yeah, well, and Facebook.
She posted her flea market on YouTube
right now.
In her Facebook page.
Right now, she's posting items. Now she's tried to move everything over to. It's a shell thing.
Okay, so this is what bothers me, is that we all know what we've seen.
You have to prove it.
But this is the kind of thing that they will weasel out of because of. Honestly. This is the kind of thing that on a technicality, the judge will be like, yeah, well, dismissed. Should have been more. I mean, I have no faith in these people after what they did in Fed 2. None.
I just think it's an
Jeremy
interesting
prove his case before it even gets to a jury. That's what they wanted him to do in Fed 2. Ridiculous. Making him completely prove it when you're supposed to, as the judge, look at the plaintiff most favorably.
Yeah.
That was not done.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
That was not done.
No. It was in the light most favorable to the judge. That's what
it alleges jewelry, full stop. That is the kind of generic label-only allegation that Rule 9b was written to bar. It is well settled that a discharge cannot be denied when items are omitted from the schedules by honest mistake. Oh, 1 bracelet versus 1,000 is not an honest mistake.
Honest mistake, yeah. Not just
recognizing
that. Well, she said she doesn't have to either, and her lawyer knows about it. So that's the beautiful thing too. She's put her lawyer in the jackpot as well. She's also said, yeah, I mean, that's what amazes me. It's not just claims that she doesn't care. Well, people have told her, look, you've got to list this. You've got to do this, or you've got to do that. She's like, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to list any jewelry. So she wasn't going to list anything at all,
What happened to the e-bike and the, remember there was all kinds of stuff she didn't claim.
What about the dog? Again, they talked about how
dogs.
Well, she's talked about it being, again, her kid's dog, which would mean it's her dog. That's why John Cook, that's why they've changed the the description. Because they're trying to say that John Cook owns the dog. Because he traded, instead of her, where she was saying that she's $1,000 over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to change ownership, I bet you.
Oh, maybe. Well, yeah, she does like to say everything belongs to John. Recognizing the principle while affirming denial of discharge on a record showing a pattern of omissions and a failure to amend. A plaintiff who cannot identify what the debtor allegedly concealed cannot plausibly allege that the omission was anything other than a mistake or oversight. Oh, this is such a weaselly filing. He certainly cannot do so with the particularity Rule 9b demands. You know, this filing is oozing a specific type of stink. Just going to say that.
These people are weasels. They are. They again, like you said, they have done shady shit for a long time.
Oh, I love this part. Plaintiff's third asset category is the most plainly defective. The complaint alleges that the debtor failed to disclose donations due to her from Fleece of Flea, but currently held by Fleece and other third parties. Plaintiff thus pleads in a single breath both that the donations are due to the debtor and that they are held by someone else. This is not an allegation. Scroll. This is not an allegation that the debtor concealed property. It's an allegation that someone else has property that plaintiff believes the debtor might one day claim. Property of the bankruptcy estate is defined by 11 U.S.C. It includes all legal and equitable interests of the debtor in property as of the commencement of the case. If Fleece holds donations that she has not disbursed to the debtor's interest, if any, is at most a contingent claim against Fleece.
Oh my God. Yeah. Unfortunately, again, they need to take her comment and they need to take Lisa's comments and they need to put them in a filing where they are definitely, because they are trying to hide assets from the court, you know, where again, they're trying to weasel out of paying people. Oh God, what a bunch of douchey folks. Yes, this is a Weasley filing because they hope. And again, I don't put a lot of faith into anything.
Wait, scroll up a little bit. We missed a sentence. So then it says, wait, go up a little bit more. The complaint pleads no facts establishing that any donor intended the funds to belong to the debtor on the petition date. That the debtor had see, this is what I'm talking about.
This is some Weasley shit, though.
Hit him over. You have to hit him over the head with all the facts. You cannot wait to put the facts in. You cannot.
Well, then I hope with Hales, again, he's already taking them to task by obviously talking about subpoenaing a certain person. So, you know, they're working on that information anyway. So what they need to do is go ahead and just stick it in a filing, even if they disagree with the need for it.
The complaint pleads no facts. Okay, establishing that any donor intended the funds, that the debtor had a right to possession of the funds, or that the funds were earmarked for the debtor in any legally enforceable way. Without those facts, the allegation does not describe.
I hope. By the way, I hope that every donor reads this thing because this is right here. She was playing on. Remember when we read the stuff to you about how the money was essentially hers? That it's a trust issue. It's not a legal issue. So they're telling you right here, the weasel way out of it, and Lynette is trying to adopt this too, is the money is Lisa Lee's. So fuck all you donors, you know. Again, if certain donors like David would grow some balls and do something about it, then maybe something would happen. Maybe. But you know, again, he wrote about it, but for whatever reason, he will not grow a freaking set while these people are just publicly stealing this money. They're publicly doing it. And again, I don't want to hear, if they won't come forward, I don't want to hear any of these mofos ever say that they attended something for that kid, because their actions don't say that. Their actions say, fuck it, you know? And if you think that kid was living in a situation that needed to change, and you saw somebody take the money that you intended to help them, good, I would rip the sky open because of that shit myself. And there have been some donors that have gone on record for it, but you know, any of them, if they're not willing to go out and actually do something about it, then they're just
So
as bad
here's
as the other
something
stuff.
that I think is true,
Mm.
is that the motion that Jeremy filed was for punishment purposes. It was a 727 claim, which is like a punishment tool or like sanctions or whatever for fraud. If those claims get dismissed, that doesn't mean that the trustee will not continue to do what the trustee does. And because it was brought up, the trustee does have the ability and the power to go after all of that and investigate the flea market, investigate the jewelry, investigate Lisa. The trustee can do that. I think
they will, just because, again, the level of asset that we were talking about, you know, again, they are financially motivated. They make money. They are not, you know, they're out there for the creditor, but they're out there for themselves too. You know, that's how they get paid. Otherwise, they don't get paid. So why would they go to we're talking about quite a bit of money. Again, if they're setting on $100,000, which I don't believe that, but how do we know? We know that they definitely brought in, you know, just off the $56,000. Remember, they would recuperate $4,000 per 10,000. So, you know, you're talking about just their portion. You're talking over $20,000 there, if it exists. And again, yeah. So I mean, versus zero. If my payday, it actually ran. And again, remember the stuff that, again, they have the discretion to do pretty much what they want, you know, in investigation. And Lynette, unfortunately for Lynette, she's locked herself into a story that is contradictory. They can play at trying to weasel their way out of stuff, but unfortunately, she said a lot of things. It's kind of like my mom was on a jury recently, right? And the jury ended up, since this trial's over, we can talk about it. The jury ends up convicting a guy for he
was
sold.
that the murder one?
Yeah, he sold fentanyl, is what it was. But it's crazy because this guy, he had he didn't get this stuff directly from the person that, so it wasn't A to B. It was actually A to B to C. So, and the weird thing about it too is this guy had all these other dealers he was dealing with as well. So how do you prove it was the thing he got? He had all these pills and everything else that were around and all this contact, but they only focused on one person. Now, the thing that screwed this guy, though, he would have had a good argument and probably walked, but he ran his mouth. He ran it to the police when they first brought him in. He ran his mouth talking shit, and that put him behind bars for murder. And that's, again, I'm not saying these people have murdered somebody, but I'm saying they've talked a lot of shit. You know, they run their mouths about everything. They have admitted to everything they've done, and actually they're proud of it. Again, I hope when donors see this too, anybody that can't see that people got screwed out of money, it's just amazing, because ultimately the party that got hurt by all of this is a kid.
Yeah,
that's ultimately, because it wasn't. I agree with that. It wasn't for Lynette Preston. You know, the money was never meant for her. It was meant, like people were trying to help.
They were trying to get her out of the shed, and they just ended up putting her back in the shed.
Yeah, And they only came off, and again, they did it with such a ridiculous. You notice how the excuses have changed over time too.
Mhm.
They keep morphing. You know, last time we heard about this stuff, it was permits. Now they have just come out and flagrantly said, when you give money, there's no legal contract that said I had to give it to these people. They're saying it's a trust element. If that doesn't bother people, if they don't see that, and again, you have people tied to these folks that are straight up criminal, have been caught and convicted of fraud.
Yep.
I mean, you know, that is
several of them.
Yeah. So when you look at this stuff, if that doesn't bother these, there will be nothing that ever reaches them. But don't try to sell me this shit that you did this stuff for a child, because if you did and you don't see the problem in this, then there's no redemption for you. You know, there's nothing. God, I hate these people. I hate them more every time I see something like this.
I know, me too.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so did we finish all this sentence here? I can't remember.
I think so.
Yeah, I like this sentence, though. That one right there, you know, that the funds, you can't prove that they were earmarked for the debtor, for Lynette Preston, in any legally enforceable way. So it wasn't her money. It was actually meant for Felicia. We told you that she would try to steal this money, and she's going to.
And she's going to. Yeah,
that's what she's trying. She's trying right here, there, and she's got Lynette filing on her behalf.
Yep. Unreal.
Yeah. Well, Lynette's a coward too, though. I mean, honestly, let's just be real.
Yeah, she's not brave, or she would come forward and go to the cops and deal with it.
Yeah, well, she had all the tools to do something about this before. You know, she had everything that she needed. She was also told how exactly she could deal with this stuff. And again, you know, she talked about wanting to put them in jail until she got something out of them she wanted, you know. But it wasn't the money. That's the problem.
I just got a cryptic text from Rosalind that I do not enjoy.
What's that?
It says, I apologize in advance for what's about to happen on your birthday. I tried.
Rosalind, by the way.
She said, I tried. Chat, this is not a good sign.
It's a perfect sign. It's a perfect sign. Whatever's happening there, it sounds cryptic, and I endorse this message.
I said, oh no. And her response was, oh no, indeed.
Oh no, indeed. I like
have
that.
a feeling that just J-Hip is behind it.
Oh God, Jay, whatever you're doing, I agree with.
No, don't tell him that.
I agree with it, Jay. It's right.
Oh my God.
You know, well, you got to remember that you can't prove intent behind. No, wait. Wait, that's the document we're reading. Oh my God, no. It's going to be hilarious. By the way, a certain someone sent a, so you know the kiddo was talking about wanting to get into sewing and everything?
Yeah.
She ended up with a sewing machine sent to her. A singer at that.
So cool.
Yeah,
oh, that's so cool.
No, she is so excited about it, you know, and she just, she's thrilled. They also, so we have one of our mods that I want to give some props there too. I ended up with like 3 boxes, you know, very, very big boxes. I was like, wow, this is crazy. You know, it's kind of awesome there. You know, Death's Angel sent over boxes of just all kinds of awesome stuff. And it hit on a day that, you know, I love it when stuff hits, period. But, you know, some days are just, and you're like, oh God. And they just hit on the right day. So
yeah,
that stuff hit on the right day. So I have to give her props for that.
Aw.
And appreciate, it was awesome stuff. And the kids, they were thrilled. It had some jewelry and stuff, but it had, so there was one thing in there that was kind of awesome. She sent over some like different kinds of rings, but the box, I had never seen a jewelry box that when I opened it, I thought, man, that's really bright inside. It has an LED light inside of it. So when you prop
that's
it
so
open,
cool.
yeah, I've never seen one like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I thought, man, all jewelers need to use something like that because it just makes it look awesome.
Somebody in chat sent me and the kids some pretty necklaces, and they came in boxes like that. So you open the box and there's an LED light shining on it. And that's really cool.
I've never seen one like that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Let's see. So without those facts, the allegations does not describe schedulable property at all, a specific omission. And even if it did, the allegation doesn't say how much from whom.
By the way, just J-Hip is vociferously denying that he's done anything in the chat. I don't believe you.
I believe Jay. Totally. I believe you.
Oh, come on now.
I believe you, Jay. How dare people slander poor?
Well, I'll say this: if he truly hasn't done anything, it'll be the first time ever.
Oh, poor Jay! Now you just have to do something. If you're going to be blamed for it anyway, Jay, do it.
Stop being such a bad influence.
Bad influence? I don't know what you're talking about.
You are a terrible influence. Stop telling him to do bad things. Stop it.
I'm not telling him to do bad things. I'm just telling him to do things.
Do things? Oh, yeah. That's a great way to get out of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You are unreal.
That's my legal argument. I'm sticking to it. Yeah. You want to read this page, by the way? Or
not really, but I'll do it. Oh, no, I'm yawning.
You want me to read it?
No, I will do it. I'm just kidding. All right. I'm watching out of the corner of my eye. I'm watching Korean candy being made. Count 3 alleges that the debtor knew the statements were false when made and acted with fraudulent intent, or at a minimum with reckless indifference to the truth. Rule 9b permits intent to be alleged generally, but it does not permit a plaintiff to skip over the predicate factual allegations that make an inference of intent plausible.
See, that is not, like, look at those words there. That is definitely not the same guy that, again, couldn't tell you what he wrote in his own filings. This is not written by him.
No. No. The plaintiff bears the burden of demonstrating actual fraudulent intent. There must be facts. There are none here. I keep trying to scroll and it's not my screen. The complaint alleges no badge of fraud, no inconsistent statement, no contemporaneous denial. When the debtor was asked about these items at the Section 341 meeting, no pattern of non-disclosure across schedules, and no benefit the debtor stood to gain from the alleged omissions. What?
Well, what?
Well, the benefit she stands to gain is to keep the ill-gotten gains that she kept away from the bankruptcy
court.
That
is an absolutely absurd. Again, sometimes there are certain people that just type words, and that feels like just typing words, to try to bolster your argument. They didn't say what exactly they would gain. Are you kidding me? Oh, I didn't list $100,000. What do I have to gain? $100,000.
Right.
I mean, that's the dumbest thing I've ever read.
The debtor has, in fact, amended her schedules in this case, including most recently to add Felisa and Bruce Manskin, Esquire, as creditors on Schedule E and F. That conduct cuts against any inference that the debtor was hiding her dealings with Felisa.
Oh, yeah. That, It does not. It actually makes it sound like she is hiding them because she tried to hide it as actually, even though all this money was collected, and it's really bizarre, again, that a person brags about their communication with this other person's lawyer. Isn't that strange how
Yes.
Again, it sounds, I am not alleging this. I'm saying how it sounds. It sounds like a lawyer colluding with people.
It does.
That's if I were listening to those, or had the clips readily available to me, and I were, say, I don't know, and a party investigating that, it would definitely make me have some questions about what's going on.
I would have some questions also.
Hmm.
A plaintiff who alleges 3 undisclosed items, one of which was disclosed and one of which by his own pleading is not the debtor's property, has not stated a claim. He has stated a suspicion.
Wait. And by his own admission is not the debtor's property. What? Just because this person is holding it, that does not make it not their property.
Well, that's the argument that's being made here.
Yeah, but I mean, that is
by
actually
this extremely anonymous person who has written this.
Indeed.
And by extremely anonymous, I mean not really anonymous at all. I know who it is.
Indeed.
And it ain't Bruce.
Well,
because Bruce is not capable of writing a filing that doesn't go off half-cocked into his conspiracy theories about Polymop.
Yeah. Jeremy Hale's in the polyflop.
But there is someone who is capable of sounding somewhat coherent if they try.
I really want to know what Bruce is going to try to claim. As a creditor, what is Bruce's part in that?
I don't know. Probably all those lawyer fees that she owes him.
I mean, is that what they're going to try to hammer down on? They're going to try to hammer down on the one he keeps writing to the court and saying was free lawyering, actually, not contingency based.
I don't know.
I mean, it's strange, that's what I keep wondering, though, because we're told over and over again that actually that was free lawyering, and I don't believe
I like this
for free lawyering.
I like this case name, Baboof.
Baboof. Baboof.
Baboof. It's fun to say. Baboof. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how I'm going to say it.
That's how it should be said.
That's how it should be said. Baboof recognized
exactly
that honest mistake cannot support denial of discharge. 9B requires a plaintiff to allege facts, ruling out that explanation not merely to incant the words knowingly and fraudulently. Counts 2 and 3 are duplicative. Counts 2 and 3 rely on the same paragraphs of the complaint, allege the same 3 asset categories for the basis of relief, and seek judgment denying the debtor's discharge. The only nominal difference, I don't really want to think about the debtor's discharge, by the way.
Gross.
That really makes me queasy. The only nominal difference is that count 2's caption invokes...
Thank you for that, by the way, Megan. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I wasn't even thinking that until...
Well, you are so very welcome.
Man, Jay, whatever you're planning, I endorse it.
Stop it! The only nominal difference is that count 2's caption invokes 727A2, while count 3's caption invokes 727A4A. Count 2's prayer for relief, as discussed above, asks for judgment. Scrolly. Under 727A4 and not under A2. The 2 counts therefore plead the same theory on the same facts. If either count survives, the other should be dismissed as duplicative.
The Ohio Stalking Protective Order and the pending federal cases cannot save count 2 or 3. Plaintiff appears to anticipate that the court will be moved by references in the complaint to 2 Ohio Civil Protective Orders and 2 pending federal civil actions. Those references have no bearings on 2 or 3. Well, that's interesting because, isn't that the same thing that these people have tried to do in every filing that they do? They try to pretend that because they flop out more and more claims that somehow should be in every filing. I'd put it in every damn filing too. I'd let people know, hey, by the way, This is what is going on here. Does that have any bearing in this? Well, that's not the point. I would still mention it. It does have a bearing in the protective order does have a bearing in this, maybe not in this specific thing, but definitely in the bankruptcy, because she owes him money because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it does have bearing. Now, again, it doesn't specifically have bearing to what we're reading, but I would, though. I'd bring it up in every freaking thing. Again, since when does bearing have something to do with what these people file?
Who knows?
I mean, you've read Fed freaking 1 filings from Bruce. How many of those actually had something to do with the case? No, Your Honor, I swear, we really are not in Gainesville. The Ohio orders are attached to Exhibit A and B, the complaint, final civil protective order, the civil stock protective order. They are equitable, not monetary. They restrict conduct. They do not adjudicate damages, do not establish a debt, do not adjudicate any element under 727 ground. The complaint itself states that the order were entered November 2023, and the orders themselves recite that they are effective until 10/10/2025. The order had expired by their terms. This is a bunch of shit right here. This is not correct.
Yeah.
It's not. They're playing a game.
Mm-hmm.
I would by its nature, since they brought it up in this, I would want to correct that too. That as of this date, they are still in effect.
Uh-huh.
I would want to correct that just because they decided to bring it up, and try to minimize it as well. Oh, it's no big deal, So the complaint does not allege that the orders were renewed. The 2 federal cases are pending. Pending litigation establishes nothing. It cannot supply a preclusion of effect because there's no judgment. It cannot supply. What's funny is if there is a judgment, they throw a fit a different way. Remember the fit that was thrown about, are they not letting him, after the mess he made of their last thing, are they not letting him file his own files?
Who?
Like these people, are they not letting
Saran Wrap?
Saran Wrap file his own stuff?
Maybe.
I mean, has he been taken out? Or God.
But but unbelievably, he's putting his name on a filing that I don't think he wrote.
It does not.
And again, in Florida, you have to disclose if someone else has written your filing for you. You have to disclose it. Now, you would think Bruce would have learned that, or the people surrounding Bruce would have learned that because he's facing major sanctions for doing this. But Ram Saran is going to find himself in the same position because nobody who has read what he has written thinks this is one of those things.
What's funny is sooner or later, Lynette Preston will sell out her people because she always does.
Who wrote this filing? Who wrote it? Because it wasn't Saran Wrap.
Yep, it makes a good, interesting question, doesn't it? I'm telling you, we've read his work, so
we
to
know
say
what
that
it sounds like.
Yeah,
This is
we absolutely know what his work looks like. We have seen multiple examples of it, and we've seen how just terrible it is. Let's just say, it's not even done well. So, for him to, these people, it amazes me. Again, as a donor, the donors themselves should be pissed off. I mean, that just anybody. A lot of those donors, though, when I say that, they're not around anymore. A majority of the people that did that are not here anymore. They've disappeared. But cannot supply particulars count 2 and 3 because those cases concern the debtor's schedule or testimony at 341 meeting. The debtor is scheduled both federal cases as required. So for question none, plaintiff does not allege otherwise. The prior proceedings are background. They cannot fill the pleading gap for 9B required the plaintiff to fill himself. Ooh, don't fill yourself.
Don't. Oh, no.
So the conclusion, we know the conclusion. Dismiss counts 2 and 3. That's and then there's a certificate.
But you know what? The more I read about this, it doesn't matter. If they dismiss it, it's not dismissed. The case is not dismissed, and the trustee has every right to go after the concerns raised by the plaintiffs in that motion.
Right.
So I don't really think it'll mean anything if they win, other than bragging rights that they got 2 counts of that dismissed. But all that was for punishment. It's not going to change the fact that they're still going after her estate, and they're going to bleed every stone.
I still think if you can amend it anyway, just because it will put it there where these people don't have to do any investigative work. You
right.
know? If you're again, I don't know what can or can not be done in something, but
at this point they would probably have to get, leave to amend. And again, remember how much money that every time they put a new filing in, how much it costs Jeremy.
I get that too. I do. And it's not my money I'm playing, when I'm saying this, it is not my money. So I'm just saying, these people, they have declared war on every future asset that Jeremy Hales will ever make. They have declared that it's not just these people live across the street or anything like that anymore. After what was pulled with Lips, they have, they have just outright declared war on his name, his future. Because I tell you, those claims that she made, they are, they're not, again, we know what's going on today. But I've watched all this stuff go on for a long time. And I know how this stuff works. I know false accusers, they don't hit you in the now. They hit you later on, and they will hit you right into the pocket. Again, you see like how any asshole can make a claim about you too. And but those claims are some of the worst claims that are imaginable, and if your business is tied to it. So for me, I feel I would be extra motivated to, but again, not my money. And I feel Jeremy Hales is definitely motivated. But yes, everything does cost a lot. I agree. It costs way too much for what's here. But I think this is, if anything is going to undo Preston, this definitely, if there's a chance to get them away from them physically, not have to, they don't have to rely on Levy County if she doesn't have property there.
Right.
But anyway. All right, I'm going to hit Super Chats. So.
All right. Well, I'm going to get my beauty sleep because I need every single second of it because this is my last night in my 40s.
Oh man, yep. I swear, you're tomorrow is going to be something else.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm scared. I'll see all of you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on my channel for my actual birthday stream.
For my actual birthday. That's just really oh my gosh. Now I really want to plan something devious. I really want to now. I hadn't planned anything horrible. Like I said, I even for real, I even mailed, like no joke in this. I mailed leg warmers and everything. So I went against every every iota of feeling in me. I mailed over everything. So let's hit Super Chats. Fallen Hero, thank you for the super sticker there. And thank you for being here, my friend. Again, I can't say that enough. Thank you, my friend. Karen Sample, thanks for the 20 there. Happy Tuesday day, everyone. Indeed. Indeed. Like I said, I think it's funny that Jeremy is really getting into calling out Preston, though. You can tell when they start subpoenaing people. That's why I put it on the the title when they're like, yeah, let's talk to them about this. Because again, I really think it's an interesting game they're playing with that money. I just I don't know how anybody, some people are willing to let that go too. It disturbs me so much to think that people gave potentially $100,000 to help a kid, and not a dime of it is going to really go. Again, $20,000 fence. That's what they claimed at one time. Now we find out it's $20,000 in the pocket. Like, things like that really disturb me. But yes, thank you, Max Lab. Thank you for the super chat there. Appreciate you, Max Lab, as always. Dwayne, what's up, Dwayne? Thanks for the fun. Happy birthday, Mommy Tug. Thank you. Yes, I am Mommy Tug as well. That is true. That's it is funny. The kids told me they were going to also get me a Mom's Day present. So I was like, okay, I guess you can do that if you want to. I thought that was funny. I was like, you don't really need to do that. But, okay. That is funny. They were mommying me. And they have a mommy, but they're mommy with me as well. But Garrett, thank you for the 3 months. Love your channel. I appreciate love return to you. And that is much appreciated. Thank you. Risa, thanks for the 10 there. Be safe, everyone. We had a tornado warning here in Wisconsin just before 6 to 9, and the storms are moving eastward. Yes, indeed. The storms this time of year, I realize any time of year you can run into them, but this time of year, really just watch out for yourself and your family. Dwayne, thank you for the 5 there. Happy birthday, Tug. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. My birthday only comes 364 times a year. I don't count the day it actually happens. Right. That should be the way it is from now on. Thank you, though. It has been pretty funny. But for real, tomorrow we will have a real birthday celebration with Megan, and I think it will be a lot of fun. It'll be fun. I like being able to break in birthdays with people that I like to. So that'll be a lot of fun, and you notice that I did not try to grift or mess with her today. Actually the whole week, I gave it a week, because the week does belong to her. But it has been funny. But yes, everybody show up tomorrow. She's gonna have a lot of people, come in too. She's gonna have I'm not sure who all the guests are, but I'm sure it will be a litany of great people, and you all will enjoy it. It'll be over on Megan's channel, obviously, so we'll have a good time. Fallen Hero, drop that gifted membership there. Thank you, Fallen Hero. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, brother. Dwayne, thanks for the 5 there. I want to thank Just J-Hip for working these super chats. Thank you, Just J-Hip. Thank you to Just J-Hip. Indeed. Oh, the other co-host. Oh, man. I appreciate it. Deborah, thanks for that. Old Buck. Oh, thank you. I believe she went to sleep. We haven't heard her run around. So, Sticky Widget, I'll go tuck her in after this. Actually, her sissy, it's funny. Her sissy will tuck her in. When she'll go and check on her. They checked it. It was okay. So last night, the oldest came down here to watch movies, and when she did, she fell asleep. So this morning, the little one, when she woke up, she was like, "Sissy's not in her room. Like, where is she? She's not in her room." And I was like, she's not. I wanted to see what she'd say. She's like, "No, I'm worried about her." And I was like, "Man, she's down here." She fell asleep on a chair down here. We have these big chairs where she could, fall asleep and be comfortable. But it was so cute. She was so, just watching out for her sister like that. I thought it was very cute of her. She, like I said, they're both cute. They look out for each other all the time too. they're hilarious about that as well. But Sticky, thanks for the 18 months. Coincidentally, on the gestation period for some elephants, or perhaps not a coincidence, conspiracy, elephant gangster. Oh no, is that really what you're doing? You're growing elephants? That's funny. I do. I hope with all the stuff we've covered here, by the way, I hope people never forget that these folks took money that was meant for a little girl and just said, hey, you can't prove that was actually meant for her. Like, how bad does that look? You know, how bad does that look? Because I'm telling you, from where I'm sitting, it sounds very bad. And I would not be happy if I read some of this stuff. Paul, thank you for the 24 months. 2 years go by so quickly. Indeed. It's crazy. I'd expected this would be long over before yeah. Well, the bankruptcy slowed it down. They also, remember, they added 5 months to the beginning. Remember how that went? Then you had the bankruptcy that slows it down. I'm telling you that stuff. You saw the bankruptcy thing about a hearing. That's September. I mean, think about that. You know, we've got May, June, July, August, September. You're talking 5 months from now because it's on the 15th. 5 months that's going to continue for sure. This is going to go through this year. And it may go through into, you never know, with next year. And I know I've noticed, like, Hale's, you know, he's responded more with some of their instead of, you know, people are like, well, if you ignore things, they go away. Well, obviously they don't. So, you know, if you're not going to be able to have it go away, then if everything's good to go, then I guess you respond to it. Like I said, these people are hell-bent on destroying his business. But yeah, thank you. 2 years, man. It's crazy, isn't it? And it continues going. Go Rab, K-Rab. I love it. Was that, here's a question, K-Rab. Was that always supposed to be crab? I need to know now. Write me and tell me that. Because in case I'm missing. Yeah, because I don't know why. But if that was ever supposed to be a crab, I don't know why. But I've never, for some reason, thought that. I don't know why now. Maybe there was something different and I don't know. But I just said it. I was like, wait a minute. If it is, man, I'm laughing at myself with it. And thank you. 10 giftos, brother. Thank you. And also 47 months, man. 47 freaking months. That's amazing. Thank you, K-Rab. You know, I really appreciate some of you guys. I mean, you know, I appreciate all of you, but you know what I mean. Like some of you, I had a rough go for a hot minute, and a lot of you folks, I mean, you've always been here and supported what I do, and I appreciate the heck out of you for it. You know, you all keep, like, when I've had weird times where I've thought, man, I don't know if I can keep doing this, you know, or I need to take time. I enjoy coming on here. It's more than just work. It's something I like. And it's like I said, it's very much appreciated from you folks. So thank you. And thank you for the happy birthday too. Appreciate that. Cindy, thanks for the 5. Happy birthday. Gonna miss tomorrow. Wink, wink. I hear you. I hear you there. As if, thanks for the 2. One last pre-birthday. Happy birthday, Megan. There we go. As if. Thank you. Tight line. What's up, man? How you doing? What does yellow and blue loafers mean? Oh wait, never mind. I guess I'm back to having no comment. Hope it still counts. In this case, it actually is the best no comment, I would say. When starting to ask what some of these awful loofahs actually mean, yes. There are many things in life that I've wanted to know about. I don't know if I ever want to know what one of these. You know what it means? It all means one thing. It means gross. You know what I'm saying? It means these people are trying to solicit people into some grossness. I mean, really, I wonder, like, when people found out, like, the Who, if they see them, what do they think about that, by the way? I wonder if they see it and they're like, oh my God. On second thought. But yes, no comment. It is the best kind of comment in that one. And thank you for your lack of comment. Yeety, thanks for the 2. Happy pre-birthday. Now I'm broke. LOL, sorry, Megan. I know, it's so sad. Thank you for the 10 there. My husband has a student with an emotional support snake. Hasn't helped his attendance at all. Yeah, indeed. You know, I have a snake as well. And yeah, it makes me feel better to watch it do stuff. You know, so does that count as an emotional support snake? I'm not saying that animals also do not help emotion. They absolutely do. And we know they do. It's just anybody can claim that from an animal. And it's so ridiculous. Look at that. Martin, they're not a puar team. Felisa is an emotional support walrus. I like that. I like that too. Cynic, thanks to do. Happy pre-fraud charges to Lisa Lee. Oh, I love it. Love that there for sure. You know. Three finger clay. What's up? My God. The guard support. The guard support cat. There you go. You need the cat like guarding your doors. I got you. Jack's mom. Thanks for the 10. Tug's mom here fixing fun. Poor thing. Indeed. Dwayne, thank you too. Thanks for the 10 for Tug's mom's new hairdo. It's funny. Paul, thanks for the Happy Dark Skies Week. Go touch grass and stargaze. Hey man, I like remember the series Dark Skies? I really like that series. That was awesome. I haven't seen it in a hot minute. I've got it around, but man, I really like that series. I'll tell you, a series that people have not, well, if you've never seen this, I'm going to give you a high recommend, but you've got to sit down and watch the thing, okay? Steven Spielberg did a series called Taken back when. All right, not the Taken we're used to. It's a generational or multi-generational thing having to do with aliens, and it is so good. I have not seen it on TV or anything in years, but you folks, man, if you have never seen it before, you have got to check it out. I think you would love it. You know, most people have never heard of it now. They don't, you know, there's a lot of shows like that. It's kind of like, you know, Rose Red, for example, you know, the haunting show. It disappeared from public eye. Now it's on YouTube if you want to watch it too. I love that series as well. But I was looking at different series that I hadn't watched in a long time. I was talking to them with my kids, and I ran across Take It. I thought, oh my God, I forgot all about that. It's amazing. Paul, by the way, thanks for the 2 there. Let's all take a 24-hour YouTube break. Sorry, man. 9 chickens. I like that. Oh man, 9 chickens instead of 9 chickens. I like it. Congratulations at starting your 51st year. Oh man, it's awesome there. It's awesome. You know, honestly, the one thing I've found in life is that, again, as we get older, the only thing that's different is our bodies hate us more. You know, you don't change. Like I always imagined aging when you were younger, like a kid or something. You always imagine aging is, you know, something that changes mentally. Like I used to. It was funny. I would work with all these people in mental health. You know, all these people would, they would like go to classical music events and stuff. And I was like, you know, not this guy, not this guy. For Caroline, thanks for the fun. For Megan's birthday, she may or may not get any for her birthday tomorrow. Oh no. She's gonna beat me up tomorrow. Yeah, my thanks for the 5. She only has herself to blame for stalking Jeremy in the first place. That's right. That's indeed right. Ziggy, thanks for the 10 there. The ADA does not require a service dog to be registered, trained, certified, or have ID, vest marking, or showing that they are a service dog. Interesting. You know, here's the thing. The problem with what they're claiming, though, is such garbage, because they're taking a dog. Could you imagine this dog that they're discussing, them trying to treat it like a service dog? Them taking it in places, and oh yeah, this is a dog that eats chickens and other stuff, but it's totally safe and totally good with the public, right? God, let's not give them any ideas of that, please. You know, they're already irresponsible enough. I don't want people being like the ducks. Dwayne, thanks for the 5. Bug popcorn money. Oh, thank you for that. She loves popcorn. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna tell you something crazy. So my oldest, she got one of those you know those things you put in the microwave, they're full of rice. They're like if you have cramps or something, you know, they can help you out with it. So she got one of those things, and she when she put it in the microwave, she put it in too long. She put it in, I'm not sure how long she put it in, but she put it in too long. You could tell it cracked the little, you know, the little, I forget what they call that, the microwave glass thing that's inside. It cracked it because it got too hot. And she was like, oh no, she did that yesterday. And she was like, oh no, you know, like, I told her, you know, my thing, I wasn't mad at her because that happened. I was mad because she could have hurt herself that way. Luckily, the thing cracked instead. But, oh Lord, I was like, how long did you put that thing on? You know, and she only put it on for 30 seconds, which was crazy. You know, I thought when she told me she put it on too long, I was thinking she put it on like 3 or 4 minutes or something. Nope. She just put it on like 30 seconds, and it still held enough heat to crack that thing. It's crazy, huh? Aussie Wombat, thanks for the $30 super sticker. Thank you, Aussie. Man, appreciate that. Appreciate the sticker too. Thank you. Bunset, thanks for the 5 there. How many years? 0. Zip. Not a zilch done by anyone. Dang that. Indeed. But yeah, I mean, actually, it's the truth. Again, I know I harp on them because, you know, I don't know about you, but for me, if somebody just dropped $100K in my lap, that would be life changing. You know, that would change so many things. And I'm sure that would do that for most of you out there too. You know, that's a lot of money. So to have that and to just have it disappear, and then for these people to pretend, and again, they pretend that they've done some fabulous thing. And what have they done? You know, they were not just given money, they were given trust, and that trust was violated. And it was violated to just an ungodly level. And they are flagrantly announcing that, well, there was no legal contract. So what's the problem? Again, like they said, it's a trust issue. And I actually agree that is part of it. It is also a trust issue. I believe when you talk about, you do fundraisers out here, you've seen people go to jail. You know, so I don't believe it's just just a trust issue, but it is a trust issue. You know, when people put their trust in you and they think that you're going to do something and try to change someone's life, it's not just a reflection of that person. It's a reflection of them. It's a reflection of their efforts, and to do them wrong in that, you know, to mistreat those people and to mistreat those funds it's not just commentary on the type of people you're dealing with. It changes people's opinions on what they will or won't back, and that's terrible. Because I want people to feel like if they're going to help out like a kid, they should, they should feel like they can. Just be cautious, because you're seeing this play out in real time. Suzanne, appreciate you, Suzanne, by the way. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Man, I appreciate you quite a bit. Thank you. Stargasm. What's up, Stargasm? How you doing, Star? Thanks for the 10. My 3 triplet toy dogs are allowed too. Hello, beautiful people. Indeed. And hello, return. The Undertaker, thanks for the 2. For Megan's birthday, since I won't be on tomorrow. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Caroline, thanks for the 10. I would be worried for more people in Florida if Grudge Judge is going to do criminal now. There can be a whole area of people hurt by how he was in family court. Yes, that's true. That is true. William, thanks for the 10. Meg is right. More detail is needed, and it would be an issue when it's filed. You can't ask for adversarial rulings to be so vague. These lawyers are paid a lot and doing JH a huge disservice. Well, like I said, I would just, after everything that came up, I would go with more is more, no matter what. I would be putting in more is more. It's funny though, at the same time, you ever see judges that react negatively to large filings? Like, for example, the kind of filings you saw from paint chips in Fed 2, some judges will lose their shit over those kind of filings. It's so bizarre. But yeah, I mean, again, I think that nothing can be hurt with adding more, and you have so much more. So, what? Again, it can't hurt anything. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. Let's see, Kay. Thanks for the 10. There's no service dog registry, so she states at any point it has papers. She was scammed. Livestock guardian dogs that kill livestock is a ticking time. Yes, I agree. We've had, we used to, when we would train dogs, we would get dogs that had been through things that were just unimaginable. Like we would get dogs, like I mentioned the other day, we would get dogs that people had fed gunpowder to. That it would fry their minds, but it would make them more aggressive. People would do this kind of stuff, and when you would get them, and that kind of just it was crazy to see what people would do. But on the other hand, when we see these extremes like that, right, we'd have the other side, the neglect. The people that they didn't have to just do something outlandishly horrible. You'd hear the horror story and you think, man, well, at least a person's not that. Well, you can be just as bad. You let a dog suffer and go hungry. I mean, these folks, man, they just, again, what they tried to, they had a thing pop up that cost, according to Lynette Preston herself, that cost $1,000. And the whole thing with the dog and its function, it came out of that. That's when they started talking about it being a quote unquote service dog and all of this, because people were asking, hey, where'd that $1,000 come from again? And I agree when you're talking about, well, a dog period that is running around doing all of this stuff. And you're saying that the function of the dog is to protect someone. I just, especially a child. It's frightening. I'm going to go with, let's see, I'm setting in a redirect. I've got a few more, and then I'm going to redirect you to Shizzy. Paul, thanks for the 5. Oh, wait, sorry. Whoop, whoop, whoop. SF, thanks for 5. Is the motion against Jeremy? Yeah. If they win the motion, wouldn't the trustee just invest? Yes. Yes, indeed. It's about, and again, I'm wondering with this stuff. Yeah, it's still, they wide open, can investigate and do everything. They have all that ability. The thing I'm wondering with less is more, though, or more is more, I'll say. The more you put in front of them and file with the court, the more you have just solid proof against these people. I'm sure that Germany, as far as proof with these people, you've got to remember that they have been running their mouths since, well, forever, but money-wise, they have been talking since November 2024. Lynette has given interview to talk to people about money. She has posted publicly about the money that Lisa Lee would not come off of. So, yeah, them trying to, what I think really out of any of this, again, the real message should be to the people that gave the money. Paul, thanks for the 5. Should we be expecting a creditor death? And in this corner, you remember Celebrity Death Match, the show they used to do? That stuff was so wild and funny. I miss that. They should bring that back. That stuff was really entertaining. I really do. I miss that these days. I wish I some of the stuff that we used to get on it's just amazing, isn't it? Cajun Bayou Queen, thanks for the 14 months. Was the filing done by Ryan Michael? I would ask anybody who looks at that, really, just look at it and ask yourself if it does look like a filing by the same person that you've seen file before. Really, just ask yourself that. Go and read one of his filings, and you tell me that this looks like one of his filings. When I'm talking about that, I think all you need to do is look at one of his. So we toast West Coast. Thank you for the gifted membership. Hope you're doing okay too, my friend. Appreciate you. Wheat toast. Cynthia, thank you for the gifted membership there. Thank you, Cynthia. That is awesome and much appreciated. Jack's mom. What's up, Jack's mom? Thank you for the gifted membership. Thank you, Jack's mom. That is awesome and much appreciated too. Busy Horse. Thank you for the gifted membership there as well. Man, I love it. I love gifted memberships. Like I said, I love that they give to people. And they support us on top of that. It's a give, and it's awesome. And like I said, thank you. Busy also, thank you for the 5 there. I trust this will go to Megan. I'm late to the pre-birthday stream. Yep, right on it. Right on it. In 2012, thanks to the 2. Tug to replace the leggings for Megan. I know. I feel so empty without the leggings. I do. I feel very empty now. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. It's so sad. But yeah, all right. I think we're good. I'm making sure I haven't missed anybody here. I don't see anything missed. Again, if for some reason I miss someone, you tell me, write me, whatever, because I do take that seriously. I really cannot stand missing super chats. It bothers me quite a bit. I don't have an announcement for my own stream today either. I'm looking for it. Give me 1 second. Yeah, YouTube didn't send me. They're supposed to tell me that my stream is live. Hey, you're live. And I didn't get one. It's bad when they don't tell me. I'm supposed to know. But anyway, appreciate you folks. Go watch Shizzy. See ya. And remember, tomorrow, big day, birthday.